All right, shalom.
Shalom, what's going on?
Shalom. Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in the building. Let a couple more y'all filter in. Shalom to everybody. How about Shem Yahushua brought a thumb to the nation?
No technical difficulties can't stop us.
Yeah, my bad about that, y'all. I sent out the wrong link. Went live on something completely different. Didn't even know it was there till I clicked on it. It went live, and it wasn't the link I was supposed to click.
Brother was streaming on Twitch, y'all. He was gaming.
All right, let me go ahead and say shalom to everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Better than mine. As y'all see, what the topic is today, it's gonna be something basically a continuation of last week. It's not gonna be too long. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to everybody once again. As y'all come in the building, hit the like button. All right. If you haven't sent your RSVP, what is going on? Hold on, guys. Okay. But if you haven't sent your RSVP, okay, we got the young captain in the building.
Shalom. How y'all doing?
What's going on?
But yeah, so if you haven't sent your RSVP for first fruits, you need to go ahead and do that if you plan on coming to spend it with us, right? Excuse my voice, a little hoarse right now. But yeah, as y'all see, the topic of the video is basically a continuation of last week. What we're gonna be doing is basically just getting in there talking about how it's impossible to taint an Israelite man's seed, right? Because the only reason we have to keep making these videos on the Northern Kingdom, who they are, who they could be, you know what I'm saying, is because there's certain camps out there that seemingly don't believe the Bible in a particular scripture in Numbers chapter 1, verse 18, and the scriptures that, you know, couple it, that are based off of it, that prove it to be true, right? So, you know, just hit the like button as y'all come in the building. And we'll be able to get this jump started. Y'all like and share the video. Hold on a second. The Rock, Ron, y'all got anything to say?
Hey, all praise to the Most High God through the Spirit and power of the Most High. You know, it's the only begotten Son. We're gonna tear down these strongholds till the kingdom come. So, you brothers and sisters, remain studious, remain in the Bible, in your scripture, and prayer and fasting, and y'all will help tear these strongholds down together. You know, through the Spirit. You know.
And also to lay me back on there. Remember, the reason why brothers put these lessons together and the spirit you need to be in as you're learning this is not to debate, not for strife, but to know your family, man. Just like in the book Isaiah chapter 58 and 1, they said, man, I ain't hearing your fast or your request because you're doing it for strife and in reverence, man.
That's
so
right.
learn these the intricate part of the Bible, not just what it takes because you heard a debate, now you think you want to cut someone. Know your family, man. Search your fathers. You know what I mean? Because knowing that they can't taint our seed is a very important part of making that connection to understand who your family is.
Exactly. All praise to the Most High. Hey, you shout the people out yet? I don't want.
I mean, I ain't shout them out individually. I just posted all of them. If you want to go ahead and do that, go right ahead, brother. I'm waiting on some people to jump up in here.
All right, say let's. If y'all see my hands and it got white on it, I was at work, man. just got in the crib, try to wash it off my hands. You know, it take a lot of scrubbing, man. So forgive me. Don't talk about The Rock got leprosy. The Rock always ashy. We're gonna send you a care package. Chill out. I'm just playing. Hey, Shalom.
Got his bosom.
Chill out. Hey, Shalom though, family. Shalom, Kayvon, Mignon, Burke, Shalom, Jeremiah, Dre, Boaz, Soldier Boaz, SOT, DeAndre, Shalom. Yosefrina, Shalom. Said Abaya, Shalom, King. Yabashman, Tabakata. All right. Andre Yah, Israel, Shalom. Jasmine, Shalom. SOT, not. Ben Israel, Shalom. Share the thought, Shalom. Yabria Gad, Shalom. Joanna, Shalom. All Ra'ah, SOT. Shalom, DTA Twan, because he is in the building. Shalom, King. Shalom, Shay H. Ak Malak, Shalom, Rodney. Rodney's in the building. All praise to the Most High to see that brother. You know, Shalom, J. Scott, Brother Will, First Tribe Son, Shalom, John Allen, Shalom, Kazakia, Jeremiah, North Carolina, SOT Jeremiah and ATL, Shalom. You know, JH125, Shalom, Ben Israel, Dre, Soldier Israel, Soldier Kaya, Adawan Maya Kaya, Zaya, Nayam, and Yawasop, and Soldier JT. Shalom to the families in the building. You know, and big
Shalom to everybody just coming in. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. If y'all want to donate, y'all can send it to the Cash App. Y'all can send it to the Super Chat, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's that. The Cash App is on the page SOTisraelites with the $ in the front. Okay. Now, main thing I want to say is the thing I started the class with, right? Main reason we're having to do this class particularly is a continuation of last week, right? Last week we proved with the book, this book right here, right, that the so-called Native Americans are Israelites, which in turn would make the Hispanics Israelites because they're their brother, right, ancient brother. And with the, counting the Hispanics, you would naturally count the Mayans and the Incas because they're known as the same people, just three different groups that had three different civilizations at the same time, right?
Mhm.
So it's like if you count them, you got to count the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans and the Cubans, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's basically everybody on the chart, right? So, but to get to the point, right? The main reason why people started wanting to debunk the chart in the first place, wanting to debunk certain nations and tribes of people on the chart in the first place, is because of one doctrine that was started, right? People seem to think that it's possible to taint an Israelite man's seed. What I mean by taint an Israelite seed, right? Brothers in this walk now, and even sisters too, right? Because there's a particular camp that even lets sisters teach, even though that's not a biblical thing, right? And when I say sisters teach, I mean sisters teach with men on stage, teaching the men, teaching the congregation, teaching everybody, right? And these women, along with these men, are saying stuff that's not biblical, right? If you got a white mom, you're a mamzer, and if you got a white mom, you've tainted the seed of Israel, right? If you got a Hispanic mom, you've tainted the seed of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about dads. You feel me? If your mom is X, Y, if your mom is Asian, you know what I'm saying? You've tainted the seed of Israel. These are the doctrines that were started, right? At the beginning of this whole debunk the chart phase. And as that decided or continued to go on, it went from, like you're a mamzer or we can't accept you because you're tainting the seed of Israel, right? To now the whole northern kingdom that's supposed to be quote unquote tainted, the ones that they think all mixed with white people, which we proved isn't the case because of how they looked when they got here before the white people even got to the land, right? Most of them, because it was three different groups. If you were watching the video last week, we had the so-called ones that look like me, right, in the southeast where I happen to live, ironically. We had the ones that look like my dad in Texas, where his dad is from, ironically, and we had in like that whole region, the Plains areas, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, all of that stuff, right? And then we had the Oriental ones that obviously mixed with Oriental people up north in the Michigan, Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Canada area, right? So we basically proved that just with one book, and we got other books that we could use, as well. But so the point is, due to them thinking that these people mixed with white people or other nations, so to speak, they think that the seed of Israel is now tainted, so these people can't be accepted. So it would make more sense to them to call a nation of Hamites Israelites, right? Or a nation of people that could be mixed with Hamites, Israelites, when even though that mix of Hamites would be identical and equivalent to the mix of so-called white people if all of the northern kingdom was mixed with white people, right? So but the reason it's not frowned upon that any of those so-called African people would be accepted is because the people coming up with these doctrines would rather you be African than light skinned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just assume that if you're light skinned, you can't be African, which is weird because there's a bunch of light skinned Africans. Like there's a whole nation of light skinned Africans. They call it the damn Ethiopians and the Eritreans, right? Somalians is black, but the Eritreans, whew, they get pretty, they get pretty up there in the skin color. You know what I'm saying? Before Ishmael got there. So I'm what I want everybody to realize by the end of this video, right, is two things. One, it's impossible to taint an Israelite man's seed, no matter what type of woman he got with. Three things I want you to realize. Second thing, when we were told not to get with the other nations, it wasn't because it's possible to taint our seed. It's because it was known that Israelites are idolatrous people, right? Because that's what we were doing from the jump, being idolaters. So that being the case, it was known that we were going to idolize other gods if we ever came into contact with other gods, right? And it's known that other people, other than the Israelites, all had a god or a belief system that they believed in. It just wasn't the correct god or belief system, right? And we know that if the Israelites would have come into contact with any of these other belief systems, they would have followed them as they did. So the Most High warned us in Deuteronomy 7, right, not to get with these other nations and to kill them, to kick them out the land, all that stuff, which we didn't do, so that we wouldn't go following after those gods and put, a God before the Most High's face, front his face, a God before him, breaking the first commandment. So that being the case, what we need to understand is this doctrine that's been created is not just a doctrine that's not biblical. It's a doctrine that was never a thing as far as Israel was concerned, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was never a worry of if you light skin, you're not an Israelite. If you look Asian, you're not an Israelite. Because Israelites was mixing with light-skinned people and Asian people from the jump. Moab was in the damn land. You know that? That's why it was said that they can't come into the congregation. So that the women know that was getting with, Shang Tsung and Jackie Chan, that they can't be part of the nation once they do that. But it wasn't saying once a man gets with one of them women that the kid can't be part of the nation, because that kid, if it goes through an Israelite seed, which can't be tainted, would still be an Israelite, right? We did a whole video on Ruth, who'd be a Moabite from that nation, right? The only reason the Moabite doctrine of Ruth not being a Moabite but being an Israelite even exists, right? It wasn't a thing when One West was around. It exists now once Opie comes, right? Because it's a doctrine where if you're light-skinned, if you're mixed with anything other than Israelite, you can't be part of the 12 tribes, which is not biblical, because that would be making the woman have something to do with the seed. That's not scientific or biblical, right? Because we all know women don't carry seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's the main thing that I want people to get and understand at the end of this, right? So, yeah.
I mean, and this is all you got to do is read the Bible, and we got plenty of examples of people of our forefathers who, their mother may not have been of Israel, but they were counted as Israelites.
Oh, we're definitely gonna get that. We're definitely gonna get that, right? So, first thing I want to start with is the main scripture. Let's get Numbers 1 and 18, right?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
And the right, anytime you want to say something, brother, just jump in there.
Got it one.
Okay. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
Right? So look, a pedigree. Let's get the definition, because Israel required the sign, right?
Right.
We all know brothers ain't do, what they're supposed to do in school. They ain't take it seriously. They don't be doing grammar checks and trying to figure out what the definitions of words are and stuff. They just be, doing stuff. So,
Right.
let me see. Pedigree.
You want Merriam-Webster or you want the Blue Letter Bible?
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up for you. We ain't even got to do all that. I'm finna show them right now. Right? Can y'all see this?
It says the record of descent of an animal, showing it to be purebred.
Or go to the second one.
The second.
This would be what it would be considered in the Bible, because we're not animals, right? Go ahead.
The recorded ancestry, especially upper class ancestry of a person or family.
Right. So taking out the upper class ancestry, which if you want to add that too, we could add that, because we would be the top nation on the planet Earth. So this would specifically be talking about us per that definition, right? But if you want to just be regular for the moment, for the time being, right? It says a recorded ancestry. So it's literally telling you, you record your ancestry via your pedigree, right? The record of your ancestry, aka the record of who you are and who counts as the people before you, right? That is considered your pedigree. The Bible tells us that our pedigree is determined by the father, the house of the father, right? Has nothing to do with the mom. So if the mother is an Edomite, right? Let's just say that, because they're the worst nation I can think of right now, right? So if the mother is an Edomite, it doesn't make the child not an Israelite, right? Example of this.
I thought you were about to
This
say
nigga right here, right? His daddy.
Drake daddy.
Yeah.
I want to say father.
This brother, right? Dennis. Mustache Dennis, right? Dennis is the father of Drake, okay? Yeah. Drake is light-skinned, right? This is Drake, okay? Now, if we use the doctrine that these brothers and sisters have created, the ones that don't want to accept Hispanics and Native Americans as their brothers, if they don't look like me, they would be saying Drake is not an Israelite. But because they know Drake is black, because Drake act black, because he rap songs with other black people, they don't think of Drake as a brother that's not a brother. Even though his mom is the same as Gorilla Hebrew, who they would say is a mamzer, right? Actually, she's Amalek, right? Here, Drake's mom. This woman right here, right? And then what's crazy is, right? This is how Most High makes recessive genes work, right? And how even Israelite men and Israelite seeds can still carry those genes, right? Because one of the doctrines that this camp that's leading everybody astray when it comes to color and brought colorism into the nation, basically, since I've been around, they teach that all of Jacob's wives was black. So it's no way he had any kids that could look like a brother like, Yara All from our camp, right? Or a brother like them two native, the Gadite brothers we used to have in the camp, right? Or a brother like my brother Karash up in ISUPK, right? Anything. Or even Captain Kataza in ISUPK, since everybody knows him, right? He's probably a better example, because y'all ain't all gonna know Karash. But like stuff like that, right? So it's like if we in a situation where we can see everybody accepts Drake as an Israelite, we see what his mama looks like. I just showed you his daddy, but then if I show you his kid, if his mom was walking Lil Drake down the street, the kid would look like he came straight from Drake's mom. He don't look like he related to Drake at all, if you ask me, from that picture. But that's Drake's seed. So how is it that in today's time, 2022, we can say that Drake could have a kid like this, but it was impossible for our forefathers who would have the same genes as Drake, the same Israelite seed as Drake's father, because you can't change the pedigree of a person. It's the record of your ancestry, as we just saw, right? So how is it possible to have a white-looking kid now, 3 generations, right? Because Drake has been black for 2 generations now. His daddy was black and he's black still, right? He got melanin. He's darker than Gorilla Hebrew. He about the same complexion as Hassad, right? But his kid is white.
Con, or even
The woman he had the kid with, I don't even think is white.
no,
She's like a Armenian Hispanic type looking woman. She's Middle Eastern, right? She's just really light skinned. But this woman, his mama she's Amalek. She's Jewish, right? So why is it that the kid can still look like his mama, even though he had the kid with a woman with some melanin? He didn't have the kid with a straight white woman, but the kid looked completely white. How is that possible? Right? These are the questions that brothers don't ask themselves, even though we have these things to be seen today. Right?
so like
According to Numbers 1 and 18, Drake's dad would be an Israelite, which would make Drake an Israelite. This young man here, because this is a boy, would be an Israelite. If he gets with a black woman, that kid could either come out Drake color, or it could look like me, or it could look like him. It's 3 different ways that kid could come out now, just because of Drake and the decisions his daddy made and he made with the woman he got with. Does that make this kid and his seed to come after him not Israelites though? They pedigree is still Dennis Graham. Ooh. Oh, damn. They ain't even, all right. Damn, they did me dirty. You see that? His pedigree is still this guy. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Chris Brown daddy is black. Chris Brown mama is white, right? His kid looked like a Hispanic. So Chris Brown's child looks like a Hispanic, right? Chris Brown ain't Hispanic. He's Judah. His mom is white. Now, how is it his kid get to look Hispanic? His kids still get to be Israelite. And she looked just like a Issacharite sister. She got the same mix that y'all like to say that they got, because you say that they all got white in them, right? Even though that's not true. Why would Drake kid and Chris Brown daughter get to be considered Israelites? They look the same, got the same mix.
yeah, that's crazy. I thought Chris Brown mama was light skinned. I thought she was.
She's white.
Well, if you look at
her
Rashida
daddy's
Jones,
white. You know what I'm saying? Her pops is an Edomite. So
if you look at Rashida Jones, who was Quincy Jones's daughter, you pull her up right now. She looked like an Edomite right now. That's Rashida Jones. But man, it's so crazy that a lot of the people who push this doctrine, you gotta ask them. So, was original man black? Were we melanated people? Yes. So that means that the Edomites, they had to come from black people at some point. So if you want to say it didn't come during Jacob and his wives, so they had to come at some point, right? So at what point does it apply? Because somewhere your logic is got to stop working. Because if you say that, well, you can't get the other phenotype from our phenotype, that's flawed. Then that's the case. Then white people must descend from the great ape. Then they don't descend from none of us.
Well, I mean, not to even go that far with it, right? Like, if Esau came from us, which all Israelites accept, right? Well, I'm not gonna say all, because it is some of y'all that think he's a creation, which is stupid. But for the Israelites that read the Bible, that believe what Genesis says, right? They would say that Esau is, a white man that came from black people, because that's what the Bible says, so-called white man, red man, right? In actuality. But Esau was somebody who married other black quote unquote melanated people. Right? I'm not gonna say black, melanated people, right? But then his kids still end up being white. If you look at Drake, you see the proof of that. Because Drake is not Esau, he's Jake, but still got a kid that looked like Esau. Look just like his mama. So if you think that it's possible to do that with the woman's side being the Edomite gene, you don't think it was possible for a whole man to populate a people like that, even though he had wives that was melanated? How come the woman's, her line get to be so strong, but it's not possible that the man that came from, black people could do that? That's how Edomite genes are still here. That's how the so-called reddish white people on the earth still. I can show you examples right now with Edomites that got with black people where the kid looked mixed, but then that kid gets with a white person and the kid looked white. Tia Tamara Mori. They got crackers, don't they? They kids look like Drake kid, and they're actually Edomites. So, I mean, it's situations both ways. The Edomite could get with a black woman and have kids that look, black. But if those black kids get with a cousin of theirs that's an Edomite, the kid's going to be white. And now you got a possibility to make a whole nation of these people. If they go to the caves and they get sent off around each other, even if they got some melanated people around them, you don't think that once they sleep with those melanated people, they're not all going to become white? No, brother, that's not possible. White can't make black, black can't make white. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, really?
Really?
Okay. What's that?
Yeah. Come on.
Niggas don't make sense. We only hit one scripture.
Salakia.
The pedigree, right? We ain't even gotten to the examples where this actually happened to brothers, but they were still counted as Israel because the Bible acknowledges that the mama don't mean nothing when it comes to the pedigree. Mm-hmm. That's no offense to the mama. It just is what it is. She ain't got no seed. If I plant an apple into the ground, apple seed into the ground, the soil would be the woman, right? The man would be the seed. If I plant the seed in Afghanistan, it's still going to be an apple tree, right? Exactly. That's an Ishmaelite woman. If I plant the seed in America, it's still going to be a damn apple seed, right? If I plant it in the Durban soil of South Africa, it's still going to be a damn apple seed. It ain't going to be a South African apple. It ain't going to look no different than the apple in America or the apple in Afghanistan. It's the same thing, right? Just because the soil different don't mean the apple's different. It's the same with us. Just because the woman different don't mean the seed changed. You can't taint it. Go ahead, Darak.
God, I got a quick precept and a point. This is Nehemiah chapter 7 and verse 61. And these were they which went up also from Tel Melah, Tel Harash, right, Cherub, Adon, and Emer. But they could not show their father's house, nor their seed, whether they were of Israel. So here we have people coming from these different lands, and they couldn't show their father's house or their seed. This is us coming from captivity, right? Us coming from captivity, and what do you see? Us going back to our roots, going back to the law, which tells us that we determine our lineage and our pedigree by the house of our fathers, right? So we understand that this is a custom that we were keeping, right? Back when we were keeping the Torah, back when we were keeping the laws of the Most High, we were going back to this thing right here called the first 5 books of the Bible, right? Which taught us to determine our lineage and pedigree, our tribe, from the house of our fathers. I don't know what y'all doing when y'all do anything else. Y'all going opposite or outside of what the scriptures say. That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn. Did y'all see what I just did while the brother was teaching us?
God. That is strange.
While he was saying what he just said, right? I was literally showing y'all what he was saying with Patrick Mahomes. The good brother y'all were all posted, Patrick Mahomes. And I was like, that is a beautiful example, right? I look at Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes look like, it's Jewish people that want to look like Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to just say that. That's what I'm going to say, right? It's you-ish people out there that want to look just like Patrick, right? Now, if I show you Pat's pops, right? Shout out to Big Pat. He's a
Shout out
good
to
baseball player. I did watch his dad.
Hey,
They
Salaki.
is, right? Big Pat. Okay? And you know the whole thing that they do, the black man got to get with the white girl. He made Little Pat, right? Go ahead, Al.
What if, and so, going on, right? What if Adonis, which is Drake's son, and Patrick Mahomes' daughter, right?
Were to
Oh,
get together?
If they were to get together and to have a baby, right? How would that child look, man?
Kelly Clarkson.
And then y'all gonna be on the street corners and saying, you see this white.
But GMS
Exactly.
is going to accept him, right?
they didn't have little Mike Pence.
Being real. And y'all going to be, no, they're smart enough to realize color don't matter. It's based off of the spirit. And we could trace niggas' daddies because niggas got pictures. This is my grandfather. Oh, word? Oh, okay, bet. All right, hey, welcome home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it be like that. I've seen it. But on the outside looking in, y'all are watching it, brother. Hey, he look white. That ain't no Israelite. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You know,
Salaki, can you
came
pick
to my
can you
Passover
click
and
on
said that
fourth
joke to my
picture?
face about one of my soldiers. Hey, bro, I got that Edomite in here. Nigga, what? His granddaddy black as you, and you the darkest one in here. That's what I want to
Salaki, can you click on that fourth picture right there?
Hold
by
up.
people?
Yeah. So back to what I was saying, right? Salaki, I got sidetracked because this shit make me mad, man. But look, Big Pat got with the rat, right? This lady right here. Okay. Randy is what they call her. And Randy's genes just happened to hop up in the Pat, right? Lil Pat. And the child that he made, he wanted a woman just like his mom, so he got little Rachel or Beth or whatever the hell her name is. And well, the kid even got blue eyes and red skin, people. Look at it. But if you do a DNA test, the father is 99.9% yours, Pat. So damn. This is his kid. This girl, in the future, if we make it to the pinnacle that I think we're gonna make it to, she gonna wake up thinking or knowing she's a black woman, even though she looked like this. And it's gonna be a sect of the Israelite community, even though the Bible says what it says, that's not gonna accept her because she looked like this, even though she can show you pictures of what her daddy looked like. Her granddaddy is a world-renowned baseball player. Like, but this is what the kid looked like. It happens. It's possible. Esau was a diss, minus the white girl, right? This ain't the only example. Everybody heard of my brother from the tribe of Levi, right? Everybody heard of this dude, right? Damn, he look white right there. He don't even look like Levi. If he wasn't a basketball player and I saw his big old tall behind walking down the street, I'd be like, that's a big ass white boy. I promise you. And I got people I got a cousin named Julian and his brother named Big Country. They both look just like him. Same mix. White woman, right? The white woman made him look like this. Now, both of them, one of them got with Hispanic, and the kids look, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. The kids look black. But one of them got with a white girl. He got what Blake got, right? Because Blake got with a white girl too. Right? You see her? Like you got two white girls. Oh, yeah, so that's a Jenner. But anyway, and then child. That's the kid. You see? But if Numbers 1:18 is correct, read it one more time, Mark.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. Okay. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
Declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, right? I got a homeboy that y'all probably know. If y'all know Drewski, right? The comedian dude. I went to school with him, right? Every brother he be with was on my football team. From like middle school to high school. It's a brother that be with them, the cameraman. His name's Devontae, right? Devontae Lawrence Spivey. You could Google him. His daddy looked like Blake Griffin's son all grown up. Right? Straight white man. Got tattoos and stuff. Short haircut. Right? But when you hear him open his mouth, if you was walking down the street and you heard him walk past you and he said, "Hey, bro, what's good?" You'd be like, who said that? Because the brother voice still matches genes. His granddaddy is a brother, right, who got with a white woman, and then his daddy got with a white woman, so he looked white. But he got with a black woman, and Devontae just looked like a light-skinned brother. Because his daddy, even though his daddy looked black, his daddy is the Blake Griffin's son. He got back with a black woman, and he brought the genes back. How was he able to make the black kid black that black? And he didn't have no damn black in him. It's because his granddaddy was black. And his daddy after him was still a brother, even though he was light-skinned. So when they made a white-looking baby, when that white-looking baby gets with a black woman, the baby looked black again. Because the daddy was still black. Can't change the seed. Seeds by the pedigree. The mama don't matter. Don't matter how light-skinned you get. You can still make the kid dark. I'm an example of that. I showed you that last week. Y'all saw what my great-grandfather looked like. You saw what the grandfather looked like. I mean, saw my great-great-grandfather look like. Then you saw what my great-grandfather looked like. He was the kid, the light-skinned kid. He grew up, looked really light-skinned. He got with a black woman, and they made my grandfather. Two of those kids, though, that they had looked light-skinned, right? And then they got with a white woman. So I got three white-looking cousins, because my Uncle Jerry had two kids. But Uncle Jerry also had black kids, too. His black kid, if my Uncle Jerry's kids with his black woman stood next to his kids with the Russian that he got with when he was in the army, you put them next to each other, they don't even look like they're related. But they both from the same seed. Right? It's because the two kids that got the Russian mama took after their Russian mama's genes for some reason. That's how the Most High made it happen. But the two that got black mama, they my complexion basically. And their kids as dark as me. Because they got with black women too. So it's like people got to stop the whole color thing, especially if you don't have no proof as to what somebody's parents look like or grandparents, because you really got to be able to go that far, as you see per the proof of 2022, right? That's how far you'd have to go to be able to actually prove somebody's ancestry if you want to go off their color, right? And not the actual genes or their spirit. If you want to just go off their color like this campus teach, like that other campus teaching you to do, and them camps that are filtering off of them, and them keyboard of life teaching you to do, right? Then that means you can't accept Blake Griffin as an Israelite because he's light-skinned. Don't matter what his daddy looked like. Right? You can't accept Gorilla Hebrew. You can't accept Assad. Can't accept Brother Yaraal. Can't accept Rehoboam. His mom was a Ammonitess, right? Or pull that for me. Let me see.
It's a lot here.
I got his mama was. Amorite. I think Amorite or Ammonite, something like that. Neither one of them was niggas.
God.
But go ahead, what you got? We're gonna pull it up. I got it here.
Hey, I got
Kings 11.
I got two brothers in the world. Well,
after you get this, we're gonna go ahead and get some scriptures to prove it, right? Because I think we have enough picture of proof, right?
Right.
Everybody know. In fact, hold on. Before you get that, I'm gonna just read this. Just Salakia.
You good?
Just so everybody know, right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. That which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. Right? So if this was happening now, best believe that when Ezra and Nehemiah, which we're going to read, best believe when they was getting on brothers and actually documented it for us to see it, these niggas can't even speak Hebrew no more. What the hell is going on? Most High told y'all not to mix with these women. They're going to take you away from his heart. They're going to pull you away from the Most High. Now your people can't even pray. We wasn't under the curses where you speak to us with stammering lips and another tongue. So if you can't pray in Hebrew back then, you was ass out. Most High not dealing with you. Right? That's why it was such a big thing. It wasn't because, he got with a Moabitess. His kid can't come into the congregation. No. He is an Israelite. It don't matter what he got with. His kid is an Israelite. He could have got with a pig. If it was possible, the kid still be an Israelite. He did get with a pig if he got with an Edomite. But you get my point. Right?
Salakia, can you go back to that
No,
picture? Can you go back to the picture with Patrick Mahomes' dad when he's holding his grandchild just to show?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Here, let me
go to the fourth one.
Right there.
You see right
Big
there.
Pat with little Pat.
But you see within 2 generations, that is the same seed. And look how big of a difference it is. If that don't tell
Ain't that crazy? Hey, you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
That's Isaac and Esau granddaughter.
God, but you see,
that's Isaac and Esau granddaughter right there. Only Esau granddaughter in this picture is actually a dang Israelite. That's Isaac and Jacob granddaughter, and Jacob had a son that just was wicked. You know, that's I don't know. Just because we'll say Gad, right? Let's say Gad got with a white woman, and this the grandkid. Ding. Right? What can you do? Patrick ain't get with nobody that wasn't white. He got with a white woman too. That's what he got. Right? Big Pat got with a white woman. And Patrick looked like, what the Jewish people want to look like. Got the curly hair. His skin just light enough, just tan enough. Got the complexion for the protection and the complexion for a little neglection. Right? But not a whole lot. That's it. So he's perfect, right? He could say, I've been in the land, and he could say, I just got there. That's what they want to be. He right in the middle. But then he have a kid with a white girl, and the kid look like, who the hell is this? Who done it? Who baby is that? Patrick friends, hey, bro, you got a DNA test, bro? Who's that shit, bro? That baby white. And Patrick's like, bro, look at me. You see what I look like? Yeah, I got a DNA test. It's mine. So these are the things that we have to take into consideration. If there's no new thing under the sun, and this is something that was happening back then, why do y'all think that if there's people right now and there's no new thing under the sun that are Israelites, that when they get with a white woman, the baby change complexion and they could actually look white 2 generations down if they kid gets with somebody like their mama? Why do y'all think it can't, it wasn't happening back then? Why is it impossible for there to be some light-skinned people that was considered Israelites? Because Jacob, all his wives was black. Well, when Jacob was on the scene, Esau was here too, dummy. It's Israelites right now on the scene that will tell you in the kingdom, they're going to be having Edomite women, right?
Wow.
It's brothers that'll tell you that right now on video. You can Google it. I seen it. Right? When I get in the kingdom, I'm going to have me a bunch of Edomite wives. I'm going to be doing them just like they was doing my women. Right? I've seen them say it. If you think brothers with that spirit is alive now, in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 is in the Bible, because I just read it, you don't think they was there back then? When we actually had control of Esau, you don't think no brothers was messing with them? Y'all ever heard of King Solomon? Oh, let's get the Bible. Let's get Moses first, right? Let's start with the black, and then we're going to go up the spectrum, right?
You want 12 and 1?
Let's get Moses. I want Exodus chapter 18, verse 1. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I want.
This is the book of
Because I want his
Exodus.
sons first. I don't really want his wife yet, but we're going to get It's going to make the point here, the first one. And then another brother, is The Rock there? Okay, I didn't know if he was frozen or not. Give me First Chronicles chapter 23, verse 14, so we can see something, right? Because what's important to understand here is that with Moses, right, he just left an enemy, the Egyptian, right? His kids are counted as Israelites, even though he's with a foreign woman. Whether you think she's Egyptian, Cushite, whatever, right? She's not Israelite. And her kids are counted as what they're counted as. It's not because they was both brown. It ain't got nothing to do with the color. It's because of who the father was. But let's prove it. Go ahead. Exodus 18:1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18 and verse 1. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eleazar. For the God of my father, said he, was mine help.
So you see that? Both of the kids are named. What verse you at? You at 4?
Yeah.
Was that 4 or you just read it?
No, that was part of 4.
Yeah, okay, finish 4 and then we're gonna get First Chronicles 23.
For the God of my father said he was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh.
See? So now we see you got 2 sons with a foreign woman, right? Now let's see what those kids was counted as. Go to First Chronicles chapter 23, start at verse 14 and read to 17.
Okay. It's the book of First Chronicles, chapter 23 and verse 14. And it reads, Now concerning Moses, the man of God, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar. And the sons of Gershom, Shebelah was the chief. And the sons of Eleazar were Rabnah, the chief, and Eleazar had none other sons, but the sons of Rabiah were very many.
Now here's the thing, right? If his kid was with an Edomite woman, and it said, and his sons were counted as Levi. First of all, why did it have to tell you his sons was counted as Levi? Is it because or so that nobody could say, well, he didn't get with an Israelite woman, so how did da-da-da-da-da? And then they had to tell you how the people assembled themselves by the house of their fathers? It gave you 2 accounts off the jump, with Moses being there, to significantly show you that, hey, it only matters what the father is, right? As soon as brothers get to the land, why wasn't Ezra and Nehemiah, which we're going to read in a second after, we just read that. So, which we're going to read in a second, right? Why wasn't Ezra and Nehemiah in a situation where it was like, hey, none of these brothers got their kids following the law, statutes, commandments. They married all these foreign women. Now we got all these Israelites that ain't really Israelites. Why they didn't say that? You know, especially Nehemiah. Nehemiah gonna keep it real, right? Why he ain't say, hey, bro, I'm gonna lay hands on these niggas because they messing up the seed of Israel. They tainting the seed. The Most High ain't freaking put us on here so we could be mixing with these people and just give our blessing away. Why he ain't say that? Why? If that's really what the deal is, if it's possible to taint a man's seed, why is it the only thing they was talking about was how these people were going to go into idolatry, right? How they can't serve their Most High the way they're supposed to serve him because they can't even speak to him. Why didn't they talk about these people have now changed the nationality? They've changed the nationhood of Israel. Why he ain't say that? Give me Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 23.
Salaki, still in First Chronicles, can you read
Oh,
verse
you want to finish
24?
that? Yeah. Go to
No,
17. My
can you
bad.
just read jump to verse 24, just to
Okay.
further that point.
Okay, it's the book of First Chronicles, chapter 23 and verse 24. These were the sons of Levi after the house of their fathers, even the chief of the fathers, as they were counted by the number of the names by their plots, that did the work for the service of the house of the Lord, from the
Right.
age of 20 years upward.
You
Boom.
see? Go ahead. You want to break it down?
No, so you see right there. So that furthers the point that you know what, it's after the seed of your father, because you just saw what nation that the mother came from. You just saw how it was conceived. I mean, we know it's an account of Miriam and Aaron complaining about that, but still the Most High said, "Watch out." You know what I mean? So this is just to further. It's after the seed of your fathers, and not only were they just some regular kids. What did they do? They were they did the work of the service of the house of the Lord. So these are prominent people.
Right.
So if the Most High could still value their seed enough to allow them to do the service of the house of the Lord, who are you to make a YouTube video against it?
That's right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as he said, that furthers the point, right? The fact that it said by the house of the Father. So, this is proving to you that that Numbers 1:18 was telling the truth. That's what it's about. That's what it's based off of. Because even Moses' kids were counted as that by the house of him, right? And his fathers before him. So, let's further prove this. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 23.
It's the book. It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, and verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod.
Wait, where's Ashdod?
Edom.
Y'all know who Ashdod is? Put in the chat if you know who Ashdod is, right? Because the people that make this doctrine, or the people that push this doctrine, they don't really study the Bible, right? They don't read it. They just make up stuff based off how they feel, and then they go from there. So, and ironically, a lot of them dudes was in the comment section and chatting up last week, right? When we bringing out the class. As soon as the facts come out, they leave, and they not they nowhere to be seen. And then today, when we actually have pictures to show you information and proof of how these type of situations still happen today, nobody got nothing to say, right?
It's like Adawan.
On their platform, hold on. On their platform, whenever they bring this stuff out, they never show you pictures of anything. Go ahead.
Hey, there actually is one scoffer in this mug, and I want him to answer that question.
I ain't worried about him.
I want Daniela, right, Yasharala, to answer where is Ashdod. Answer that question.
See who that is.
Answer that question. Since you won army and you boasting yourself, I want you to. Where is Ashdod?
Well, hold on. He's trying to challenge us. I didn't even see this. What he said?
It is what it is. He said he'll embarrass us, man.
Deceiving our people. What did we say that was deception? We
know.
literally showed. See, this is stupid Israel. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just call it out, right? The spirit of stupor. I'm gonna read it for you, so nobody think I was out of line, because Israel be, sensitive and stuff. KJV, Bible. Y'all see it, right? In the King James,
Yeah, you're not sharing it there.
My bad.
I mean, you're sharing other stuff for you.
Yeah. All right. In the King James, according to as it is written, because it's written in Deuteronomy, this is said twice, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they could not see, ears that they should not hear unto this very day. Other translations, which I like a little bit more for this particular verse, say, as it is written, God has given them the spirit of stupor, which is the etymology of the word stupid, right? which is a word that means idiot, which means, stupid person. And a stupid person would be somebody that just ignores facts, right? Somebody that's oblivious to things that should be easily seen. That's stupid, right? So eyes that should not hear, eyes that should not see, ears that should not hear to this very day.
Exactly.
We literally gave a scripture in in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9, that says there's no new thing under the sun, right? Meaning if there were Israelites that were mixing with people in the long time ago, there's still going to be Israelites that are mixing with people now. If there are people that are mixing with other people now, that means it was happening a long time ago, because there's no new thing under the sun. There's nothing that's happening now that wasn't happening before, right? Now we see accounts of people in the Bible that got with women of other nations, no matter what their color was, and their kids were still counted as Israelites. Some of which got to serve high positions, as the brothers just said. Those Levites were prominent people. We got brothers that were with foreign women, that had kids with foreign women, and their kids got to become kings of Israel. We're going to read it, right? We got brothers who had kids with foreign women, and down the line, their seed got to be the Messiah. But again, only reason people don't want to believe that is because niggas think that it's possible to taint an Israelite seed when the Bible says it's not, because the Israelite seed is only determined by the man. Only way to taint it is by a woman to get with a man that's not an Israelite. But she ain't taint nothing because the woman ain't got the seed. So all she did was have an Edomite baby or a Moabite baby, Ammonite baby, Hamite baby, whatever it is, with whatever that nation is. She didn't taint a damn thing because she don't carry no seed. Now, Israelite man, he can't taint anything. Because as you see, if they get with a white woman, they can have a kid that looks mixed. They can have a kid that looks black, or they can have a kid that looks white. If that kid that looks white gets with a black woman, they can have a kid that looks white. They can have a kid that looks black. They can have a kid that looks quote unquote mixed. If that mixed kid have a kid up with a black woman, that baby gonna be black again. And ain't nobody gonna have a problem with that being an Israelite. But his granddaddy looked like damn George Washington, even though his granddaddy looked like Drake Daddy. So who's the one that's leading Israel wrong? Is it us or y'all? We're telling you to accept your people, not to judge off the color, because that's unrighteous judgment. You're supposed to judge righteous judgment. It says to go off the spirit. It is our spirit that beareth witness we are the children of God, not our color that beareth witness, nigga. Because color don't mean nothing. We a speckled bird. The reason why brothers went and made all them different doctrines to try to cut down certain color scriptures in Israel was so that they could not accept certain brothers in Israel. That's the only reason why. Because them scriptures that y'all use and say that y'all can't use this color, we still could do that if we wanted to. It still fit. The Most High let brothers wake up brothers with them scriptures for 20 freaking years. Plus, only reason the doctrine changed is because niggas ain't want to let light-skinned niggas be Israel no more. Instead, y'all want to let Hamite niggas that stick their heads up people behind be the whole 12 tribes. I'm not going to let it happen. I ain't standing for it. When there's this proof out here, right? When we could prove that brothers had kids with with non-Israelite women like Moses, right? And their kids were still counted as Israel. How a brother going to say we leading people wrong? We got this nigga right here who got with this white woman right here, and they had this nigga right here. He's an Israelite. You not going to tell me because he light-skinned that he's not Israel. But you know what y'all do? When y'all look at Gorilla Hebrew, y'all say he ain't an Israelite, he a mamzer. If he a mamzer, then that means Mahomes is a mamzer too. Stop going for him on the freaking football game. Stop making money off him when he scored a touchdown, dummy. But y'all don't really feel that way. It only come up when it's convenient for y'all. You root for the mamzer on Sunday here, Israelite, but then when a brother look like him that's in the truth, telling you some stuff that make you look stupid, oh, don't watch them brothers. That whole 12 tribes chart is whack. No, nigga, you whack. And you the one leading people astray because you're teaching them not to accept their own people. That's me telling it to you straight. Whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. And I know you probably ain't like it or believe it because y'all got the spirit of stupid. You understand me?
Salakia. And just to build off that sharp rebuke that the Adawan brought to you, I'm gonna read the scripture again in First Chronicles, because maybe it didn't land on y'all noggin, right? This is First Chronicles chapter 23 and verse 20, verse 13, right? No, verse 15, Salakia. 14. It says, "Now concerning Moses, the man of God, his sons were named the tribe of Levi," right? The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar, and the sons of Gershom were Shebuel, was the chief, right? So he has a high position as a chief. If you think that Gorilla Hebrew is not an Israelite, if you believe that Patrick Mahomes is not an Israelite, if you believe that Drake is not an Israelite, guess what? You don't believe that Moses' son that were chief, Moses' sons are Israelites at what? As
No,
at
no,
all.
no, no, no. But here's the thing, The Rock. Them same niggas, they think Drake is an Israelite. Because they seen his daddy. They'll say, no, we ain't got no problem with Drake. We know what his daddy look like. We can't prove what the Mexican daddy look like. We can't prove if they got white daddies or black daddies. Well, since you can't prove it, ain't that unrighteous judgment you just coming out the butthole saying that they not Israel? Because that's what you're doing. You're talking out your buttheim, brother. That's all you're doing, talking out your butt. You ain't looking at nothing. You're talking where you don't got eyes, and you sound like it too. Because if you ain't seen my granddaddy, how you gonna tell me I ain't an Israelite?
Right.
Right? You can't. I'm not gonna let you. They see me, oh, he Israelite. Da-da-da-da-da. If I showed you one of my cousins who got the same granddaddy as me on my daddy's side, his daddy is my dad uncle. His daddy is my grandfather's brother. If I show you him or his brother with his white mom, you're not gonna think they was Israelites because they took after their white mom, like Patrick Mahomes' kid did, like Drake's kid did, like Chris Brown kid did, like Blake Griffin kid did. We could go on and on.
And matter of
And then
fact,
it's some brothers whose moms is white or sisters whose moms is white that don't look all the way white, like a Halle Berry, for example, right? But then we could flip the script and look at Mariah Carey. She looked just like the white girl right here. So you can't judge off color. Go ahead, Ak.
if you can you know them twins, Google right there, black and white twins, because it's a set of twins in which one of the daughters look like Judah and the other one look like Esau. You see them right there.
That is Jacob and Esau. The girl even got red hair. She ain't got the same nose.
Boom.
The bridge is different on the nose, and it got the same mom and dad. The chin is different. The lips, she got a cracker's lips, and she got the nice ones, right?
Right. And
this is the same mama and daddy.
And look to the left, and you see
right there. Daddy Edomite.
Yeah. So those are both Edomites. So you tell me right there. Now I bet you if the one that looks,
it's sisters they know that look like that.
God,
and they probably she's Jake. Her granddaddy
one that's white had a baby by Edomite. That kid would look just like an Edomite, and then the one that looks blackish, if she had a brother by Jake, that kid would look like Jake. Still come from the same man. This is from the same man's loins.
And you see the two boys, they look mixed. Well, he looked more white, but he looks like a brother over there in the back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You could tell he got a black mama, a black dad, or something. He looked like he might grow up looking like Blake Griffin, and this is a white girl, right? So yeah, these are Edomites. Now you think it's impossible for the same thing to happen on the black side? You're stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, but going back to this with actual Jake, right? We end up in a situation where we see if she was just walking down the street with this kid and Patrick wasn't there, you would think that she had a white husband. Wouldn't he know it? But the kid is an Israelite. That kid come to camp by herself one day. Imagine that little girl going to Foley, right? They don't even go to camp. But if they did, what if she went out there, right? Ironically, none of the Negro-only niggas be out there on the street like the Bible say, but they love to talk about the people that be out on the street like the Bible say. It's ridiculous, right? So, like, we're gonna get Ezra. Yeah, you see. I'm glad that the idiots showed up. This is the stupidity of the doctrine, right? This brother said Ezra 9 and 13 and 14, confusion of face makes seed, right? We're gonna read Nehemiah first, and then we're gonna get Ezra, and I want to see anywhere where they say anything about their faces or them mixing the seed having to do with their faces, and not with the Most High getting, Israelites turned away from him into these people's gods that they was mixing with, right? This is the stupidity of the doctrine. Yashar Yahuda, right? Don't even know his last name in the real Hebrew, but he trying to tell people what Ezra said. Didn't even read it. Let's get Nehemiah chapter 13. Let's get that first.
God, continuing on. Nehemiah 13.
I can't stand you brothers, man.
Continuing on. Nehemiah 13 and 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speak of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language. But
wait. No, brother. It says their children looked like the look of Ashdod and could not look like Israelites.
It says, verse 24, and their children spake in half the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
Go ahead.
But according to the language of each people.
So you see, this is the first problem. First strike, nothing about the color, right? Nothing about the color. And if I recall correctly, Nehemiah and Ezra were talking about the same damn situation. So first strike, because we're going to get both accounts, right? Watch out. All of the idiots start posting about color and Ham and Esau and all of that, right? All of Jacob's sons was black and all this stuff, right? But watch. And so that nobody tripping, because Israel is sensitive. Hold on.
Taking a comment. Looking at the comment from the brother with the bald head and shaved face.
Hold on. Yeah, right. This shit crazy. This is what they do, though. They don't follow the directions of the law. He watches Folky. They got women on stage teaching men, and the women teach stupid stuff like this. That's why they should keep their mouths shut, right? But anyway, so nobody gets sensitive. I called people idiots. I don't want to get in trouble for that, Salakia. But I'm a person that speaks via definition. I'm a definitive talker, right? I just brought you a scripture that called people stupid, gave the spirit of stupor, right? An idiot is a stupid person. So I will be calling you via the definition of that scripture, Romans 11 and 8, right? And Deuteronomy 22 and I forget what the precept is, but it's in Deuteronomy, right? You could Google it on Bible Hub. But just wanted to put that out there. So nobody's getting, in they pennies in a bunch of stuff. Because brothers think it's cool to not accept their brothers, but when the facts come out about them being idiots, it's not cool to say that. It's crazy, even though the Bible said it. So, anyway, Nehemiah 23, we read that, right? We read the English part in 24, right? Now keep going in 25. Let's see if he starts talking about color, because he probably did this.
In
fact, read all the way to 27.
Right? All right.
Because he's going to start talking about Solomon. I want to make sure that they hear this part. So go ahead.
Most definitely. All right, we at the latter half of 24. It says, could not speak in the Jews' language.
Hold on. Wait. Stop. Hold on. I'm sorry. Look, you see the idiots are coming out. You see the stupidity, right? By this logic, everyone is an Israelite.
No.
Do everyone have an Israelite dad?
No.
Can y'all answer that? Does everybody have an Israelite dad? Is everybody on the planet somebody that descends from a man from Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob? Do you see how stupid these people are? If this ain't Romans 11 and 8, what is it? You see how easy they let stuff fly out the keyboard? They're not even saying this. They thought about it to type it, brothers and sisters. This person, Seliman, it's probably supposed to be Solomon, right? They asking by this logic, everyone's an Israelite, and all we said was what the Bible says. You're based off the pedigree of your father, not the mother. So then they say this, right? How is Hispanic Israelite if their forefather are white Spanish? How can you prove that a Hispanic got a white Spanish forefather, right? Because if I show you this, right? He look Hispanic. If I show you his daddy, he look here. I'll show you my family one more time. Stick around, Solomon. Sorry for the sidetrack, but I'm gonna do it. One day, right?
Look one day, man.
Comanche.
And because so by their doctrine that they just came in and bred out millions of people. Those few conquistadors.
Yeah, right. The Most High said that there's not going to be no end to no nation. He just let them come and just take out a whole people.
Right, no, not even the whole 10 tribes. All of them just gone by a couple thousand conquistadors.
No, brother. Stick to the Bible, brother. Look, the Bible says there's not going to be no end to no nation, but the Most High let conquistadors make every Hispanic and Native American a white person. They all got light skin because they all mixed with white men.
Dude, man.
Was never no white women with the conquistadors.
Oh, man.
Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Why does the term female conquistador exist? Why does it exist if wasn't no women coming to conquer and pillage Hispanics, right? So let me ask you the same thing you just asked me, Solomon, huh? What if it was a bunch of white women that came and mixed with these people? Would they still be Israelites? Post that in the chat. Yay or nay?
And then even following, let's just follow the logic. Okay, so let's just say if there was a Native American.
No. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Let him answer the question. Let him answer the question.
I want him to answer this because now he's trying to run. He's trying to say, I'm mixed. I'm not mixed. My daddy ain't white. He just light skinned, you duck. Ain't no white. I'm finna show you, right? That's what I'm saying. They think everybody light skinned got white in them. That's not true. The Ethiopians was never conquered by anybody fucking by anybody white, right? But there's Ethiopians that's just as light skinned as my daddy. You people that watch that camp would say Ethiopians is Jake. There's Ethiopian Israelites. Nipsey Hussle, the same color as my dad. Y'all would say Nipsey is an Israelite. We would say he's not. But my dad is a heathen. I'm mixed because my dad a little bit lighter than me. This is the stupidity of these people, right? So the question I asked, he said history shows that the Spanish man raped the Indians, not the women, right? What history shows that? Because I got history right here. I'm going to show it to you where there were white women that mixed and raped Indian men. My Adawan, the leader of my camp, has a family history story on record where his family was taken captive by an Edomite woman and forced to have babies with her. Not the man, the woman. You niggas just don't know history. That's the problem. Y'all don't look it up. You look up history to fit your narrative. My daddy's black too, you doofus. He looked just like an Ethiopian. He the same complexion. They not all my color. I could show you light-skinned Ethiopians that ain't never mixed with an Arab.
And then that logic is in itself.
And look, he's laughing instead of admitting it's possible. Didn't Lot's daughters rape Lot?
Con.
He slept with them on his own? Or did they get him drunk and they slept with him and then had kids afterwards?
Bring it out.
Wait, there's no new thing under the sun. Do you see the stupidity of these people? This isn't me insulting nobody. This is pure stupid. It's names of female conquistadors on the thing who married Native American women, right? Or had illegitimate children. If this is female conquistadors, the illegitimate children they had would have been with niggas. They can't have children with Israelite women. It's telling you here they raped Israelite women and had illegitimate children. It says it right there.
It literally says it right there.
Do you see the stupidity of these people? You put facts in their face and they still don't see it. Because of Romans 11:8, they have the spirit of stupor, eyes they can't see and ears they can't hear. I could tell them till I'm blue in the face that there was people that was raped by women. I could tell him and show him what the words say on the screen, that they was raped by women and had legitimate children. I didn't even type rape women. All I typed was female conquistador. You can see it on the damn screen. That's all I typed in, because the word conquistador means to conquer. If you conquer, you rape and pillage people. They have documents of at least Maria de Escobar, Maria de Estrada, Marina Velez de Ortega, Marina de la Calabaria, Francisca de la Venezuela, Catalina de Salazar, right? These are women, Spaniard, white, Edomite, hairy-ass, dog-smelling women that got with brothers in my land that had illegitimate children. Those children that they can't have with women would be Israelites. And y'all don't have no proof, as in to be able to go back and say, hey, these people was sleeping with all men. Because you wasn't there. You can't prove it. So if there's proof out there that I'm showing you on the screen with just the typing in of female conquistador, I didn't even go in to show you no history. I could pull up one who raped a whole Aztec village and made sure she had babies with at least 12 of the niggas. How many kids you think 12 Hispanics can have? Just from what you've seen today. How many kids you think 12 Mexican men can have? You telling me all of those Mexican men's kids was Spaniards because they had a Spanish woman sleep with them? Or would they all be Israelites that just might have been light-skinned? And then when they get with their people, wouldn't that make the rest of the folks light-skinned? Because what you don't know, Cortez had a wife that he brought with him, right? The conquistadors wasn't the Romans. You can Google. Because if I say y'all can do it, y'all not going to do it. Because y'all don't like to look up stuff that goes against your narrative because you don't want to look stupid, but you are stupid, right? That's the problem. Did the conquistadors have women?
Yo, this
women who traveled, right? It's telling you the women who traveled with them. These are women conquistadors, right? That's the same junk that popped up with me. Here, let me type wives. Some conquistadors married Native American women, some or had illegitimate women, right?
Say bring their wives with them.
But conquistadors were the explorers. Let me see. Because I just looked this up the other day. I know there was a bunch of wives. Wives of the, here it is. Wives of the expedition. Look at this list of women. And it's got their husband. Damn. So it's telling you, and it tells you who got with a Native American. Oh, damn. Ain't that many Native Americans on here. In fact, there's only one that I've seen so far. Three. Out of that whole page, 3 Native American women. Everybody else was married to a Spaniard. But then there's a whole list of conquistador women that it tells you had illegitimate children. Illegitimate isn't with Spanish men. You know that, right? illegitimate is with Israelite men. So if there's now proof that I've shown you guys, everybody's seen it, that there was conquistadors that had their own wives, there was some that got with Native American women, but then there was conquistador women who had illegitimate kids with Native men. Wouldn't that mean that you can't say every Hispanic and Native American isn't an Israelite? Because there was some that just got with the women? Isn't it unfair for you to judge every brother that don't look like you because he speaks Spanish and he light skinned? Because you don't know if that brother was one that come from a conquistador woman or a conquistador themselves. We just showed you the proof that they was both raping us. You can't have an illegitimate child with somebody from your own race. And the only way a woman has a child is with a man. So if a conquistador woman had an illegitimate child, who else baby would it be other than an Israelite? Why they not saying nothing no more? Where are the comments coming from the stupid people? Where'd it go? Why every time some facts come out, they're not here no more? I don't like that. You see what I'm saying? Now let's get back to the Bible.
And Salaki, real quick, just from a logic standpoint, if a conquistador were to violate one of the sisters, is it brothers act like that's the only children that she ever had? Like she could have never had no more children, and just that one child, it's over.
Hey! There's no new thing under the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many slave women had baby with uncle with massa and had babies with their freaking son and their uncle and their brother and their husband?
God.
Now, if these conquistadors were the ones that taught the British how to be slave masters, you don't think they was doing that to the natives first?
God. And man, what's that movie?
Come on, bro.
I think it's what I think it's American Me or something like that. When
I'm gonna leave this up here so that when they watch the video, they can see one of their dummies.
You know,
yeah, the women raped a man. Ha ha ha! We just showed you. A woman can't have an illegitimate child with somebody from her nation. If the only people that was here that was foreign was Spaniards, that means they had illegitimate children with Israelite men, which would mean the children are Israelites. Don't matter how light skinned they got. Right? Right. We could close the book right there because now we just showed you history, but y'all don't believe history. And y'all don't believe the Bible. Because if you believe the Bible, we wouldn't even have to go into history because the Bible says Numbers 1:18. You see, you can't win with some people. That's why I call them stupid. That's no, the Bible calls them stupid. Romans 11:8. Right?
They're not using no logic.
I just used the word the Bible said. They have the spirit of stupid. I actually did them a service. The Bible says their whole spirit can't see nothing. I'm blaming it on the brother. Maybe his education system. Can't read or something. You know, we grew up in the hood and stuff. They ain't give us the best books. I'm blaming it on Esau still. Even though it's that brother's fault. He just don't want to accept his people. That's what it is. Ephraim vexing Judah, Judah vexing Ephraim. Since I'm Northern Kingdom, it vexes me because I got people in my family that look like that. So you telling me my family's not Israel, but then you look at me, ain't nobody said you're not an Israelite. Nigga, if I showed you my granddaddy, you'd be like, I showed y'all my granddaddy last week and niggas was sending me messages. Know that? I don't know. He might not be no sure. He look a little Asian. And then some of them, well, brother, we not saying you ain't Israel. You know, y'all could come back after the third or fourth gen. What? So I'm gonna calm down.
Hey, that's actually what Odu actually explained. Odu said, "What about the?" He said, "What about the third generation Lord?"
Because they're idiots. They don't read the Bible, bro. They don't. They just be saying stuff. For real. They don't read. Captivity sucks, bro. Yes, it is. It really is. It really, really, really is. It really is. It really is. Because, bruh, they got us hating each other so bad that, like, a brother will look just like Aharon. He'll have hair like an Asian and be the same complexion as Yara. And they'll say, he ain't no Israelite. That brother's an Edomite. Look at his skin color. When Yara got on a Jordan hat, some Jordan 1s, some jeans, and some sunglasses, and he's turned around, and all you see is the back of his head with the hat, you don't even know he's a Mexican, bro. You just think he a light-skinned dude, a light-skinned brother. He got to take the glasses off, maybe take the hat off. You'd be like, oh, damn. And then speak. When he speak, you like, oh, this brother speaks Spanish. Right? But if you just seen him walking down the street, he ain't look at your face, you like, yo, bro. Hey, bro, what's good? You turn around, hey. And you like, oh. Oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I did that first time I seen him. Hey, what's good, bro? Y'all about your, oh, shit. Hey, what's up? Northern Kingdom? Shit, hey. But, I mean, if y'all were all, say y'all were all was with a black woman, right? He had a kid. The kid come out looking like me. They not going to be talking about his kid. Till they see y'all all, right? That's how they do. They don't judge you till they think they have a reason to do so. That's unrighteous judgment. So why they want to go off what the Bible say and, you know, this, that, and the third, but then when it comes time for them to go off what the Bible say, they don't want to do it. It's not cool. I don't like the double negative hypocrite stuff. I'm not going to stand for it.
Salaki.
Yeah, and when you finish, we're going to get Ezra. Do one of y'all got it? Ezra 9:1?
Ezra, no.
Yeah,
But
we'll
can I actually go into Deuteronomy real fast?
Go right ahead.
Just real quick. Okay, I'm not gonna go in depth. I'm just gonna read it.
No,
because he wants us to go to Deuteronomy 23, right, and verse 3, right. But it the first verse is the key point that he's not understanding, right? So it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, and verse 3. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter the congregation of the Lord, even to the 10th generation shall they not enter the congregation of the Lord. So what is the nationality of these people? Soldier Aharon, teach the people. What is the nationality of the people?
Ammon.
Ammon or who?
Or Moab.
So their nationality is either Ammon or Moab. So what does that make their father?
He's an Israelite. They talking about the mama.
He's an Ammonite.
No.
Moses Let's listen to the Bible. Because Moses had a
the Bible's wrong.
Moses had a heathen. Moses had a heathen wife. Period.
No, you can't get with black brothers. No,
and his son,
brother. You can't. You got to be black.
Levi.
Black don't crack, brother.
Listen.
Y'all want to get
Chill out.
Manasseh?
Moses had a heathen wife.
We're gonna get that after
oh, y'all must can't hear me.
Huh? Yeah, no, we can hear you now. You good?
It was a delay. It was a quick delay for a little bit.
Okay, kind.
Go ahead,
So I said Moses had a heathen wife, and his sons were counted as Levites. Right? Why? Because he was from the tribe of Levi. Right? If there is a Ammonite or a Moabite man that has a son with a Israelite woman or a Moabite or Ammonite woman, then their seed becomes either Moab or Ammon. Period.
Wait. Hold on. Right? Hold on. Seliman, if Israel is all black, what happened with all them people that got with Moabites and Ammonites and what all is listed? Ashdod, which is Esau, right? All them people that's listed in Nehemiah. You think all of them people stayed black? Huh? Because Esau been on the scene a long time around this time. The heathen would have been mixing with him because he wasn't pushed out to the caves yet. He was in, Edom, Mount Seir, which is in the so-called Middle East, Jordan, Petra-Rakhmu, right? Not that far from Israel at all. Same climate, same temperature, all that stuff. So if if he's on the scene and he's having babies with people, how is anybody all black? If we having babies with his kids, which we saw in Nehemiah, because he mentioned Ashdod, which is Edom, how are the Israelites all black after Nehemiah? All them kids he was talking about not Israelites? Why he didn't say that? Why he didn't say nothing about them not being Israelites? Why he just said that, it had nothing to do with their skin color, but actually about the language and the fact that they couldn't worship the Most High. And then he brought up Solomon, but still didn't mention that Solomon had, non-Israelites. He just said that he sinned by, letting his kids lose the traditions of Israel. One of which being the language, and then the, everything else we do. Statutes, commandments, curses, right? Stuff you don't do when you're following heathen, because they don't do the statutes, commandments, and curses, right? We didn't skip no verse. The people know what we skipped and didn't skip. So back to the question, right? How is all Israel black? They say stop with the Christian BS, but ain't put not one scripture or put any faction or factional evidence of proof to show that Israel is not black.
It's all just
or to prove that Israel would still be black. Even after Nehemiah is telling you that we just mixed with a bunch of people that aren't black. Ammon is not black. They're not. There was light-skinned Ammonites before Attila the Hun. I don't care what nobody tell you. They wasn't all brown-skinned. That's a damn lie. We can show you proof. There's images of the Asians in their little dynasties and stuff. They own little figures. They got pictures of spaceships coming from Egypt. They got light-skinned Asians in those pictures. They got pictures and sarcophaguses with paint on them of their god in different type of, why he keep dropping out, in different other type of Moabites and Ammonites, right? So if they all light-skinned in those artifacts, you can't even say that all people was black, because y'all like to lie and say Lot was black too. Well, Lot kids didn't come out that way because they're drawing themselves light-skinned. He had some brown-skinned people, some people that was light, just like us. If you go to Egypt, Israelites in Egypt. You go to Israelites in Egypt. If you go to Israelites in Egypt, we're in a situation where you can see it's literally different people, different shades of brown. You see brown, you see light brown,
you're not sharing
dark brown, you see light brown. This picture here, you got a light brown brother there, you got a dark brown brother there, you got light brown brother there. Don't tell me the pictures are fading. This is whitewashing or no. Why the hell this picture ain't get whitewashed? Why this ain't fade, dummy?
You're not showing.
Why they drew this one light skin, but this one's still dark skin? Huh? Go ahead, Doc.
I said you're not showing anything. Can't nobody see the skin.
You see this? Why is this light skin? This dark skin? If the picture was faded, because they brought this picture up before. Oh, you can't say that. If this is faded and this brother's not really light skinned, why is he still dark? Pictures don't fade with according to the person in the picture, the whole picture fades. Y'all know that, right?
Right. It's not just the man in the picture fades, the whole thing.
Right. Man, you can't just choose to fade a person in the picture if you ain't draw it. That means they drew these people different shades of brown. Why did they do that if all Israel was one shade black? Why are niggas this stupid when you could Google this stuff?
Look up the definition of conjecture, because that's what this is. Conjecture.
Not to take strange women for, hold on, see, he's talking. Not to take strange women for a reason, right? What's the reason? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. In fact, hold that. Let's get Ezra chapter 1. Ezra 9 and 1. Salaki, I want that first.
All right.
We'll get Deuteronomy 7 afterwards.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from according to the people of the land.
Yeah,
from the people of the land.
They didn't separate themselves, not according to the people of the land. I want you guys to figure out and walk with me, right? Is Solomon right? Are the Negro onlys right? Did this happen because we were going to be mixing the seed and changing the seed of Israel? Is that why he told us not to do this? Because it's going to make us light-skinned, right? All the brother can do is laugh and talk about phenotype, right? Some stuff that didn't even exist during the Bible. The word phenotype wasn't around. Why are you bringing up a word that you don't even understand? Phenotype has nothing to do with color. Duck, black. Black comes from different shades of brown, but they all have the same phenotype though. No, nigga, this was all made by the same author. You don't know what phenotype they had. It was one Egyptian that was being lazy, that wanted to paint everybody, and he made them all look the same. I ain't talking about their faces because you don't know what their phenotype is based off a picture. Dummy. The Egyptians wasn't taking real time to just, write down what the Israelites look like and draw distinct pictures of them and what they actual characteristics look like, the differences in their facial features and stuff. They had no time for that. They was making an account. This wasn't no picture for art. It's how they spoke. They draw pictures. It was an account. They're showing you slaves doing hard, rigorous labor. Ironically, the slaves they show you got different colors. Oh, the Egyptians are black. Yeah, right? So if they mixing with black people, why the hell is that brother so light-skinned? And it ain't the only picture. Right? We got these. This is different. This is different. Some of these is Esau trying to get up in there, right? And these are the Egyptians. So you see what they look like. Why are they drawing us different colors? They didn't even change their phenotype. You know we ain't look like them. Don't tell me what no phenotype look like from no picture. They look just like the picture of the Israelites that we drew. Look at the faces here. Look at the faces there. They made the same shape in everything. Same eyes, all of that stuff. They didn't change a damn thing. And I could show you an Egyptian today, a real Egyptian, and a real Israelite today. We don't look the same today. The ones in Africa don't look the same today. So you can't tell me the pictures is based off that. So what has to, and then it's not the pics, right? If it's not a pic of the walls of Egypt, it's fake. This is the European version of Egypt, right? The Europeans drew black people, or did the Europeans draw this? See, brothers just be saying stuff. Did the Edomites draw this? Or did they draw this?
I got.
Is brothers this dumb? I don't have a problem with Israel is black. I'm black. I have a problem with y'all lying saying Israel is all black when that was never the case. How Israel could be all black if Israel don't got the same mommy and daddy? It's 4 women. 2 women were handmaids, so you can't say that they was black. They wasn't related to the 2 sisters. They was their handmaids. You can't say definitively they was black. They had the same phenotype. I'm from a tribe that don't have the 2 main women. You can't say my tribe look just like Judah because Judah got a different mommy than me. Drake don't look like me. My mama's a Levite. Drake mama's an Edomite. Drake, mommy different. He looked different. You can't say Gad, mama different. They look the same. That never been the case in nobody history, in no type of science class, nigga. It don't work like that. It don't. Whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. That's the only question they can ask. Why you have a problem? Why you got a problem with Israel being light skinned? How about that? What scripture do you have to prove this? Then they be making stuff up. What scripture? How do you make a handmaid out of your daughter, you dummy? You see? They were called handmaids. If you want to be honest, the children were only counted to Rachel and Leah, as Ruth's kid was counted to Naomi, because Ruth was the same as a handmaid. How in the hell is Bilhah and Zilpah the same as Rachel and Leah, but they're handmaids? That's not right in nobody culture. And then because of this, right, with no scripture, because you Israel only if both of your parents is black. But the Bible don't say squat about both of your parents.
That's stupid.
Read Numbers 118 again. We have a real idiot. It's like he's live, so I'm gonna treat it like he's live. We're gonna teach like he's live.
I don't even know why you even keep, man, this dude. All right, the book of
This
Numbers.
is the last time I'm gonna address him, and then we're gonna go finish the scripture so I could leave.
The book of Numbers,
but
chapter
since
1.
he's here, you know what I'm saying? The Most High got him here so we could teach. So I'm gonna teach on him. I'm gonna show Israel how stupid these people really are, right? They hadn't said nothing with a scripture, but this is what gets taught on that page all day long. This is their rebukes and their rebuttals to people that got facts that could show you proof, right? They just be talking out their butt, not their mouth. Mouth say stuff smarter than this.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Wow.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their poll.
So they picked their family by the pedigree and the house of their fathers, not both parents, in no account ever in the whole nation of Israel.
And Salaki, can I show this picture real quick? I got a drawing from the antiquities of Mexico.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right.
He ain't gonna believe that though, because it's from Mexico.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, but you got to use scoffers to teach sometimes, right? Because real life is a whole camp full of scoffers, right? It's a bunch of brothers that was never good at teaching, and they just scoff on the internet. They don't bring no scriptures out. They let women come and just scoff and gossip on the dang internet all night long. And it's people that listen to the scoffing and they believe it, right? And the brother Salem or sister, whatever it is, because it's probably a woman saying all this crap, knowing these people, right? But these folks just be talking. This is what the brother want to show you.
So you see now, this is from the Antiquities of Mexico. There are 2 volumes, and I got them all. So, yeah.
Antiquity meaning before any crackers.
Right. So you see, this is a drawing from, from that time period, and you see right now you got a darker skinned native, killing a lighter skinned native, and you got it all there. And these were people from the different tribes. You know what I'm saying? Now, because we know that,
Sinetta daddy light skin.
Yeah.
Sinetta's Dominican.
That's
why he claims Egypt and never tell you where he's from. Because if you Google his daddy looked like Yara all folks.
But yeah, so we know that the different subgroups within the Aztec culture, they used to attack one another, and we know that they were all natives. So you see right here, look, these are 3 different shades. This is someone who's dark, killing the brown skinned person, and the lighter skinned person is eating the heart from that because it would come down. And you see right there these three different shades of the Aztecs right there that was in their society. Here's another one right here. This dude super light.
Hey, that last picture was a cut. That last picture was a cut.
Oh, God.
Because I mean, look, you got a black brother up at the top, right? That's what they wanted you to believe. Like, folk want you to believe that that's what all Issachar is supposed to look like. That brother right there, right?
God.
So the real Issacharite killing the fake Issacharite, who's mixed with the Spaniards, even though the Spaniards ain't even exist yet.
Right.
This is the antiquity.
But these people who are eating the heart, they are with this dude up here. They're with him because they're partaking in the human sacrifice the same way this brother is right there.
They ain't never stepped foot in Africa, but ain't no other place on the planet got pyramids like the ones in Africa, other than the places that these people been at that aren't in Africa. Ain't that crazy? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people just keep saying dumber and dumber stuff. I'm gonna just let them keep talking, like the Christians do, right? You let them talk and they fall deeper and deeper on their sword, right? They just keep talking and say more stupid stuff.
Now
We're showing you proof of the different shades of them. A white person didn't write this book. These are pictures from antiquity where they found in little caves, little artifacts that the Aztecs, Mayans, and Incas had. Because there's an Incan antiquity book and a Mayan antiquity book, not just an Aztec. And they all look like this. You know where they make them movies, El Dorado, how they was able to make them people for that Disney Channel movie look like that? Yep. They had different shades of brown with them big lips and stuff. They got those exactly, made the cartoon exactly from the pictures of these pictures from antiquity. So they know that it's historically accurate.
God. And
brothers just don't like accepting history when it don't fit their narrative. Right? Go ahead.
Look at this one right here. Now we got a super light folks killing a darker hued person. And look at the people that's in the crowd. This is not the same crayon or the same paint. You know what I mean? Look how dark this one is as opposed to light this one is. You know, this is super light, then this one is like that. And but that's showing a range of the different hue in the people. And mind you, this ain't no little drawing. This is straight out the antiquities of Mexico. I got a bunch of them. See, this is all from here with the fringes, with the borders of blue on their garments. You know, I got all of it.
And
so
then they make up stuff, right? They make up stuff. Ain't no place in Africa where never no man dwelt. The only place on earth never any man dwelt ever, other than Antarctica, is the Americas and the islands that was over here until the Hispanics and Native Americans so-called got here. There was no Africans that was coming here before them, because the Africans that came here settled once they met people in the damn land. They was called Olmecs, and they wasn't Egyptian. Those are Canaanites.
Look at this brother.
Right? The second group of African people that came to the land wasn't Egyptians. They was West Africans. To be from West Africa was way after Egypt, because wasn't nobody in West Africa during the time of Egypt. It was right after the Pleistocene epoch. Nobody inhabited West Africa till around the time we did, in 70 AD. This is pure fact. So wasn't nobody traveling from Egypt to the Americas before the natives got here. The only Africans that were traveling from Africa to the Americas were the ones on the West Coast. The Olmecs didn't travel from Africa to the Americas from Canaan. They did it from the West Coast. The same as the Geechee Gullah people, who would be Israelites that we talked about last week, from the West Coast. The same route that the Atlantic slave trade took from the West Coast. Wasn't nobody or any other group that came from the so-called Middle East to the Americas other than the Hispanics and Native Americans. This is pure fact. Go ahead. I'll keep showing you pictures.
No, I mean it's literally it's a ton of them, and they're like 40 pages each. Look, anybody you want this information, get at me on Facebook. Aharon Yasha Allah, and I got a graduation outfit on, and it's my profile picture. So
Let's get a couple more scriptures and then we're gonna get up out of here, bro. I want. Did we read Ezra?
I was halfway through it.
Come on, go ahead and finish that.
All right. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites.
Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Oh, well, that's it on that. That's it. So, yeah.
You want to get Ephraim and Manasseh?
Yeah, go ahead and get that right quick.
All right. This the book. I'll start at Genesis.
And then when you finish that, go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 so we could get the marriages, so we could disprove that stupid doctrine. That the reason we couldn't marry them was so that it don't taint our seed. The reason we couldn't marry them is so that you don't fall like Solomon did. Which is what Nehemiah said, ironically.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 41, and I'll start at 50. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of the famine came, in which Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bare unto him. Now, this is a daughter of a pharaoh. This is a straight Egyptian woman. All right. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said he had made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the second of the in the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Now you know that Ephraim and Manasseh, they got the blessing and were counted worthy, but I'll just go and prove that, because you see that their mother right there was an Egyptian. You know what I mean? There's no getting around that.
But see, the thing is, though, right? They don't really care too much about the brothers. The reason I wasn't so fond or too adamant on getting Ephraim and Manasseh is because their mother's an Egyptian, right? They don't really speak too much on Moses and them kids because they would assume Moses' kids are black. See, their thing isn't the nationality. They don't give a damn if you're an Israelite or not. If you a Hamite but wear fringes, they gonna be cool with you because you black, right? If Michael Blackston put on some fringes tomorrow, they would be like, yeah, right? But if J-Lo put on some fringes in a dress, they're going to... Yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Just because one's black, it's about their skin color. These people don't believe the Bible. It's a color thing. It's carnal. They're the most carnal idiots in Israel. That's all it is.
God, man,
Lord have mercy. And then they just talk. Why didn't we put the tribe of Dan on the map? Because the tribe of Dan wasn't even in Revelations. Why you ain't say the people in Revelations ain't even put Dan in the dang thing? Why you talking about us but not what the Bible says? You see the dummies?
Yeah.
We have a rebuttal for everything y'all say because the stuff y'all say not that smart. Deuteronomy chapter 7, start at verse 2 and just read the verse 6. And we find in Dan, by the way, we know that they're in the Americas. We just weren't able to pinpoint it because all the tribes are here. But we're working on that right now, and they will be on the chart. The next one, if you've been paying attention, they now the elders now have a chart for the Americas, and they have a chart for Africa, West Africa mainly, right? So they have the Africans on the chart now. I know them dummies ain't know that though, because they don't freaking pay attention to the stuff that happens in the nation, right? They only worried about Africa. So the brothers that's in Africa doing the work in Africa made a 12 tribes chart for the brothers in Africa and put them with the 12 tribes chart here in the Americas. And you'd be surprised when you actually watch the videos from the camps in Africa, how the people in Africa are now admitting, oh yeah, we not the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh and Gad and all that stuff. That stuff that the white man's taught us in the 1500s. We're really the Southern Kingdom. We just ain't been able to say that because, you know, they're still in Africa. They meaning the Jewish people. Yeah, they still over there. Still got synagogues and stuff, right? So we got elders in West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria to be exact, right? Angola, right? We got brothers over there, Benin, you know what I'm saying? So Ivory Coast, we got folks over there, and they've made a chart, but they chart that they made still coexists with the chart in America. They still accept the natives and Hispanics as Israelites. Why is it the Africans that are waking up over there we have on video? You can go to Matatua's channel, right, and watch that. Why are they accepting that the Hispanics and Native Americans are their people, but the niggas over here can't accept that the Hispanics and Native Americans are their people? It's pure stupidity. That's all. Go ahead.
Con, you on 7 and 2?
Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
Right? So make no covenant with them, nor show mercy. Why? Is it because we was going to change? Sleeping with them was going to make us not Israelites no more?
La'ah.
Wait, so they say no African to be with the chart. Stop lying. When we finish, I'm going to...
This person ain't even referenced nothing.
Yeah,
Solomon,
I'm not even worried about showing you that. Solomon, anybody that think like them, just for the record's sake, right? Go on Matatua's channel and watch the videos. Go on Priska Han's channel and watch him. They Facebook, whatever, right? Watch them teaching Africans and watch the Africans admit that the Hispanics and Native Americans are their brothers. Watch that, right? Don't listen to these dummies that don't watch nothing themselves, don't do no history research, but then like to tell you what's what, just because they think everybody got to be black when the Bible don't say that, right? But go ahead.
Okay. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire.
No. Why is he talking about images and idols and stuff? Why he not talking about you should burn their skin color? You should not mate with them because it's gonna make you light skinned. You should take a potion so that if you do sleep with them, it keep you black, because all Israel is black. You got to be black to be an Israelite. Why it don't say that? Why it's only talking about their idols, the way they worship? Go ahead.
Verse 6. For thou art holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
No, wait. That scripture was brought out because we was, worried about color? Or did the Most High call us a special people unto himself above all people and everything? Because he was telling us not to mess with these other nations that are beneath us so that we don't go following their God, right? He mentioned us being a holy people unto him first in that sentence. Was it because he's worried about us mixing with them in the skin color? Or was it because he's worried about, us following after their gods? Right. And us not being a people close to him anymore, right? So it's reminding us, hey, y'all are the people I chose to be holy and separate unto me. So you're supposed to be separate from those people. Not because I don't want you to mate with them, because then you're not going to be Israelite, but because being with those people is going to bring you to their gods and take you away from me. He literally said that. Keep going.
Above all people that are on the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you are more in number than any people.
No, he chose you because your skin color was the blackest.
He did not choose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were fewest of all people.
No, you were blackest of all people,
You
brother.
were
You was black.
fewest of all people.
No, you was the darkest. Hamashiach Yahushua,
For you were the fewest of all people.
Yeah. All right. And then it's we making up stuff to fit our agenda.
Yeah.
What did we make up?
And then look, let me get a precept to prove this. Let me get a precept to further prove this point. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 3. Matter of fact, I started at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, you shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, you shall not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Ooh, no, neither shall you walk in their skin color.
Neither shall you walk in their ordinances.
Neither shall you walk in their complexion.
Neither shall you walk in their ordinances.
Damn.
You understand? And then one more form. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 45. That's because when you think about that, the Most High said, listen, this is why I chose you. Listen, I don't want you dealing with them because I don't want you to get them to come to have them, come away from me, right? So this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 45. For I am the Lord that bringeth thee out of the land of Egypt to be your God. Ye should therefore be holy, for I am holy. So you see right there, the Most High said, listen, this is my get out and I'm choosing you. So look, this is the way I want you to get out. Don't deal with them other people because they're going to have you going off away from me. Don't do like the Egyptians was. Because if you look at in Leviticus 18, that's where we got a lot of the customary laws. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Wait, hold up.
Huh?
Hold up. So as we proved last week in this book that you probably are not even able to read because a brother can't read that say the stuff you've been saying, right? Yeah. This book actually said verbatim in the video you can watch that we did just last week that there was a whole section of Cushite looking Indians from where I'm from, ironically. The Georgia area where we have camp at, ironically. And it's documented. Dummy. Anyway, let's get 1 Kings 11 and then we're finished. All right. I was going to get Tobit 4, but I don't even need to go into that because if you read Tobit 4 and 1 to verse 12, you realize why he said you need to get with somebody of your own tribe. It wasn't because he was telling them if you don't get with your own tribe, you're going to taint the seed of Israel. He was literally telling them not to go off. Like the people went off during the time of Ezra and Nehemiah. He literally explained that whole situation from verse 1 to verse 11. And then verse 12 tells the son to beware of all whoredom. Because it was whoredom taking yourself away from the Most High. It's whoredom you letting your kids go into a language that isn't Hebrew, but then not teaching them the Hebrew when you still have access to the Paleo Hebrew, right? Because that's the way they should pray to their God. That's whoredom. You're allowing them to be able to serve the Most High, but not your God. Serve the other gods, but not the Most High. So those type of things, right? But this is the grand finale right here. Solomon got with all the foreign women, and the Bible is going to actually tell you why it is that he was in trouble. Why him getting with those women was a bad thing. It's not going to say anything about his skin color. It's not going to say anything about him mixing with women and tainting the seed of Israel. It's not going to be with his mommy and daddy both got to be black to be Israelites. No. It's going to tell you the nations he got with, some of which are not black at all, never was, never will be, right? But their kids are still Israelites. Go ahead. 1 Kings 11 and 1.
Yeah. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, Hittites, of the nations concerning the Lord, said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go unto them, neither shall they come into you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
Hey, Solomon, did you know I'm a Gadite? These niggas is stupid.
God.
A sister at camp told me when I took my locks out, when I make it look curly and stuff, right? Not my locks, my braids, locks, whatever, right? That I look Ethiopian. When I was in high school, they said shit to me all the time. I don't think I do, but maybe without the beard and everything, I might, right? Because they don't be growing beards. So, I mean, can't really say ain't no nothing because, I mean, I'm a pretty Cushite looking brother from the tribe of Gad, right? I mean, if you don't believe me, right here. This is my great great grandfather. This is my great grandfather, Jerome. This is his brother, half brother. He's Judah, but his mama's this woman right here. This is Clyde, and this is the great great grandmama, right? His wife. So, this is my family, right? So, I mean, and you see what I look like. Somebody's stupid.
A few people stupid.
Somebody stupid. First Kings chapter 11, verse 1. And it's the same thing that, Solomon was going through, right? Who had a son named Rehoboam, who got to be a whole king.
Super calm.
His mama not black. Yeah. I'm trying to say the heathen because I'm a heathen. What you call one, right? Yep. Funny thing is, the whole video he ain't say squat about me, right? Because I look black. Y'all see that? He didn't even know I was a Gadite. The nigga made the statement. It's right up there. That where are all them Cushite Indians today? Didn't he know both brothers on stage are Gadites? Did you know that,
I'm
dummy?
Judah.
Oh! What tribe you from,
I'm Judah, but my dad's mom people, they are Gad.
Oh, see, he did me dirty. I thought he was Gad.
No,
He
I just
lied
got
to
a
me last
whole
week.
lot of Northern Kingdom info.
He lied last week, said he was a Gadite.
Nah.
Okay, but I'm Gad, right? So that's the bottom line. Ain't your wife Gad?
Yeah.
Your wife, your complexion.
God.
So hey, we won. We still won.
You can't
All right.
get away.
His wife is Gad, and she's my complexion too. So we still exist. There's two of us, at least two. That's all we need, right? Where one or two, three is there, then Amashiach Yahushua is here too, right? So we all good, right? But let's finish that First Kings so y'all can see the people that Solomon got with and why he got in trouble.
All right. Of the nations, I'll start over at 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go unto them, neither shall they come unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
No, surely they will turn your skin not after God's color, because God is black and everybody's black. That's an Israelite. To be an Israelite, you got to be black. Mm-hmm.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
Oh, surely you got to be black, because even the ones that scattered to the four corners of the earth, they're gonna be black. The ones in Assyria, they're gonna be black. Even though there's no black Assyrians no more at all. But Isaiah 11 says that there's gonna be people picked up from Assyria. But if you go to Assyria, everybody in Assyria look like that dude Sam Shimon, right? Everybody look like Sam in Assyria, right? Everybody. But he said you gotta be black. So what black people are gonna be picked up in Assyria? Go find me one. Hold on. Because it might exist. It might exist. All right, let's see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, these are Assyrian women. This is an Assyrian man. Wait, now, could it be possible that if this dude was in Mexico or Puerto Rico or Cuba, right? Ain't it possible that you might mistake him for an Israelite? It's possible you might not. You might be like, oh, that's Ishmael, right? But you might mistake him for an Israelite. What if his brother's in Assyria, since there's no black Assyrians that look just like this brother? By my logic, it can be, or by the Bible's logic, because I just asked the question: what black people is in Assyria? The Bible says we're gonna be picked up from Assyria. What black people is in Assyria right now? Where's the lost tribe of Israel in Assyria? Because you should be able to show it to me. This is Assyrians today. That's what they look like right now. Damn. I ain't seen a black person yet. Not one. Here, hold on. Let's not be biased. Let's type in black Assyrians today, right? All these pictures is black and white, and they're stones. Oh, damn. Wait,
Type
what's
in
going on?
black Assyrian people.
Wait, hold on. No. There got to be black Assyrians because the Most High said that all Israelites are black, and Isaiah 11 clearly says that we're going to be picking them up from Assyria. So it got to be some black Assyrians. Why when we type it in, they can't even find it on Google? God damn. Where the black Assyrians at? Solomon? Yeah, he looked like a Mexican. That's what he said, right? Ironically, the Mexican looked like a Mexican. He said it was a Spaniard, and it wasn't even no Spaniards in Assyria. These niggas is stupid. Y'all niggas is stupid.
Slow, bro.
Oh my God. Let's go. Oh my God. I'm done. I just want y'all to see that, right? I want y'all to see the logic in these people. They know there's a sect of them that tell you that the lost tribes, that land never mankind dwelt, is in Assyria or it's in North Africa, is what they tell you, right? But ironically, when you go to North Africa, niggas is light skinned, just like that dude. He said it like a Spaniard, right? Hold on. Look at this. Why do North Africans look Mexican? Or what he would call Mexican, right? Why? So wait, North Africans look like this. The Assyrians look like this, right? Why? Where the black people gonna be at in these lands? Ain't no black people there. What's up? Show me the black Assyrian. I want to see him. So since that's a challenge that they're gonna be on for a little bit, we'll go ahead and end the class there, right? That's something for you to go look at the African chart to find out, dummy. Use your eyes, the ones that the Most High already said you're not using. Go use them. It's posted on Facebook, buddy. So, hope you guys liked the class. Hope y'all understood it. You know, sorry to get a little fiery, but I don't like Israel not accepting their brothers because that's one of the main things that's going to keep us from getting out of here. Deuteronomy 28:54 is a real thing, right? But we have to understand. They are not. I'm gonna do a lesson on this too, guys.
Hold on.
I'm gonna do a lesson on this too, right? There's no northern kingdom in West Africa. If there is, it's equivalent to there being southern kingdom in the north with the 10 tribes, right? When they came over here, it would be equivalent to northern kingdom being with the southern kingdom during the time of Jesus. Wasn't that many of them, right? The tribes had two different captivities. It's no way in the world that a whole kingdom end up in Africa and none of their captivities was near Africa. They don't got to pass Africa to get to none of the lands they went to. Why do they go to Africa? Right? So Assyria makes sense because that's where they was, you know. Going into places further Middle East, even into Europe makes sense because it's easy to get there from Assyria. Going into Kuwait makes sense. Getting into some water by Kuwait and traveling in a body of water to a landmass makes sense because that's the only thing you can do once you get to Kuwait. So, I mean, everything we say makes sense. There's no northern kingdom in Africa. It's not possible by using your brain. The little bit of northern kingdom that is in West Africa or Africa period is people that scattered on their own. The book I read you, this one, said that there were some that stayed behind in Kuwait. I'm not saying those people couldn't have traveled to Africa, but I'm telling you they didn't in bulk because it wasn't a bulk for them to travel. The bulk traveled other places. It's no way that these people have the exact same story that, and you've never read this book before, but these people never, they have the same exact story that's in the Bible, right? As the story that the Israelites have that they came up with their people with. The origin stories of the Israelites, the origin stories of how they got the law, the Exodus, how the priests dressed. All of that stuff is stuff that they were doing here in the Americas before any conquistador got here. And it's documented. Before any conquistador got here, right? These people that documented this, right? They weren't conquistadors. They were explorers. They were explorers that came here before the conquistadors, so the conquistadors know what to explore. Christopher Columbus had a guy named Luis de Torres, who was an Israelite, right? We mention him all the time. He was an explorer. He got off the ship first. Christopher never stepped foot on the land. They sent an Israelite brother to go do that. They didn't send Israelites to the Americas, but the people that they sent Elroy the Danite and his people. He was a Danite that came to the Americas, right? And Elroy, being a Moor, has accounts of the northern kingdom being the Indians and Mexicans. If you look up the memoirs of Elroy the Danite, who was black, you'll see this. So why is it a Danite from the 1500s is telling you that these people is Israelites, but the niggas today can't accept it? The history is what y'all have to indulge in. That's why I like it. Because when you actually are smart, you learn that the history is the recording of the things that actually happened. It's the recording of the story, right? People wasn't lying back then. They had nothing to lie about. People knew the Jews was black in the 1500s. We were still running things. They was just assuming rule in that time. King James died in 1611. His last grandson lost power in like 1721. Prince James. Right? Google him. So if we didn't lose anything to the 1700s completely, when this book was written, they still knew Jews was black. They hadn't assumed our identity yet. Why are they being honest about the black brothers having Indian brothers in the Americas? It don't make sense. They had nothing to lie about. So, hope y'all take the facts, man.
Khan, Salaki, I got one more point to make about Solomon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Khan, so we know that Rehoboam's mama was an Ammonite. And how do we know this? By go to 1 Kings chapter 14 and in verse 21. Now we know Rehoboam is Solomon's son, right? And it says, Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 40 and 1 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, uh, the city which the Lord did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there, and his mother name was Naamah the Ammonitess. So we know that Rehoboam's mama was she was an Ammonite, right? And it was understood, right? Now go with me back 2 chapters over to First Kings chapter 12 and 16, right?
Yeah.
Because if you understand, when Solomon had died at this point, Jeroboam, he was over the northern kingdom, Rehoboam was over the southern kingdom, right? And what was said? So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? You know, and neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine house, David. So Israel departed from to their tents. So you see, the northern kingdom is still referring to the descendants of Solomon through Rehoboam as David. You know what I mean? Why? Because the comfort of seed. They didn't say, "Oh, your mama Ammonite, so we kind of get more portion, we kind of get more inheritance." But it was still recognized that
Hold on.
the David seed.
Yeah, Salaki. He said two things that he don't know what he's talking about. Eldad literally got on a ship in his memoir. I have it in a video called Northern Kingdom Slavery and the Truth on Ruth. It's in the Milk Monday playlist. I literally showed you his memoir, his own words, idiot. He said he got on a ship from Europe to the Americas with the Wampanoag Indians, the same people who they started Thanksgiving with, right? Eldad was in the Americas, then went to Europe, and then went back to the Americas with an Indian. And then when he got back to the Americas, he tells you the story of his whole account on when he got off the ship. He met with another Wampanoag Indian. He thought they were all dead. He travels with him through the woods, and then he meets a whole band of them, and they tell him the Shema, and he realized they was his brothers. That was not in Africa, you lying little Negro. They just be making stuff up. I have the whole account on a video that all you got to do is stop lying and go and click on it and watch it for yourself. I literally posted the account. I showed it to you on the screen, just like I've been showing y'all stuff all day. You see the words that Eldad wrote. And it's telling you he got off a ship that docked in Europe after he spent years there as a slave, as a cook, and as a dishwasher. He moved back to the Americas and was found by some brothers once they took him off the ship. He moved back as a free man to show the white folks the land layout, just like they did with different Indians when they came back to the land. And when he was on an exploration, he met two Indians. And they brought him back to the tribe. And they did the Shema. It wasn't in Africa. It was in the Americas. The same place that Luis de Torres did the Shema and found the Cubans, right? And then did the Shema and found the Dominicans in Hispaniola, the second place that Columbus docked. Why is it that the Cubans knew the Shema and it was documented by Luis de Torres? The Dominicans knew the Shema and it was documented by Luis de Torres. The Puerto Ricans knew the Shema and it was documented by Luis de Torres. And then Eldad the Danite actually gives you an account in the Americas. Bro, prove it. Prove that he did anything through any Nile.
Nothing he'd been saying the whole day.
Because he's just lying. That's why he's LOL. He heard some stuff from the duck monkeys at Fope. right? And then he comes and repeats and regurgitates the same stuff when I have the proof in the video that it wasn't the Nile, it was America, because he said it. There's nothing new about the Nile. It's the oldest river everybody knows. You don't call the Nile the new land, the new world. Ain't nothing new about anything in Africa. It's the oldest crap on earth, literally. That's it. Wikipedia don't even tell you that. Wikipedia tell you he was in the Americas. He met Indians. He ain't reading Wikipedia. He's reading his own back at his eyelids. His eyes is closed. These people just stupid, bro. That's all it is. They say stuff that they could say because they think that you don't know nothing, and the people that they talk to don't know nothing. So they think that when they say stuff, because it make them people be like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that, right? They think we that stupid, but we actually study. We got the books of Eldad, right? We got the books of Luis de Torres, and we've shown them to you. We got the videos right on the channel right now. If I went on the channel and then fast forwarded to the video and showed him Eldad the Danite, I've been calling him Elroy. If I showed him Eldad the Danite, then you would actually see what it is. But I want y'all to go, bring the views up on that video, so y'all go watch it yourself. That's how you gotta do, right? But I'm done talking to this dude, bro. He could be an agent or whatever. I only talked to him that long just so that when the Negro onlys come on here, all of the arguments that they're gonna try to bring up in the video, they've now been debunked, right? And I don't even intend to do that. So all praise to the Most High. But that's what we just did, whether y'all realize it or not, right? Every single itty bitty rebuttal that they ever said on that channel, in any channel that's been made after it that follows them, he literally posted it, every single one. And if it wasn't him, it was the other idiot, right? They both posted every single rebuttal that these dudes come with when we have facts.
They're gonna come up with more. They're gonna come up with more, and it's still gonna be bullshit.
Next time ain't gonna be no more lessons. This is the last lesson I'm doing on it. That's why I spent so much time. I ain't making no more 12 tribes lessons. And in fact, no, I got one more chart lesson because we didn't do that. But I ain't making no more Northern Kingdom lessons. I ain't making no more, proving that the Northern Kingdom went through slavery because there's too many books out there. The first lesson I did, I didn't do nothing but prove how the Northern Kingdom and Hispanics went through the curses. It's one thing for you to deny somebody's skin color, right? But you can't deny the curses and say you're an Israelite. Because ain't not a nigga on earth, I don't care what tribe you think you from, what African country you was born in, right? There's not one on earth that was actually able to trace their lineage back to Israel. I don't care what you say. Even the Igbo can't really do it. They just have stories that say they come from the West. Just like the Mexicans got stories, came from the East. Just like the Mexicans got stories that came from the East, right? This nigga just keep lying. Wow, it's a known fact that Eldad the Danite traveled in Africa. It's even in the book, Babylon to Timbuktu. Did he stay in Africa and did he ever go to the Americas? Did he travel to the Africa and Timbuktu and do the Shema? Is that a known fact? Or is it a known fact that he only heard the Shema with some Indians in the Americas in the forest, nigga? I didn't say he never traveled to Africa. I said he didn't hear no Shema there. I said it wasn't no new world in Africa because it's the oldest crap on earth. I just repeated to you what I said about Africa. We never said he never went to Africa. I said he didn't find no Israelites there. That's what I said. And then I gave you the account of literally what he said that you could go watch the video to read it for yourself of when he spoke to the Israelites and saw them. It wasn't in Africa, in Timbuktu. The only reason he's in Babylon and Timbuktu was because they mentioned to you there's a Danite that went to Africa. That's in history and he's recorded. He didn't give you no history of his explorations. If you read Babylon to Timbuktu, I got the book PDF. I can pull up the freaking account where he's talking about Eldad for you right now, you lying little buddy. And then he says, I hate the fact Israelites are in Africa. Did I ever say that? I just said we put them on the chart, so y'all can't say nothing. Who said we hate the Africans in the Israelites in Africa?
Nobody said that, man.
All we said was that We hate that y'all not accepting the Israelites in America and that you'd accept the ones in Africa over them. And even lie and say that the whole northern kingdom is in Africa, when there's proof that they was only taught they was Ephraim and Gad and Manasseh, which is just them 3 tribes, how the whole northern kingdom is over there, but only 3 tribes claim to be in Africa. You ain't never heard no African say he's from the tribe of Asher. You ain't never heard no African say he's from the tribe of Zebulon.
Naphtali.
You only heard Naphtali. You only heard Gad, Ephraim, and Manasseh, nigga. That's it. Everything I'm saying, they don't have no rebuttal to because there's no facts they have to prove anything. But I got all the facts. I'm doing a video right now that's going to come out soon, proving to you that it's Jewish people over there right now teaching the so-called Northern Kingdom in West Africa that they're Ephraim and Manasseh. My first time in the truth teaching an African was with Yahweh and Naikwam and Kano and Adrian at 5 points. A Nigerian nigga with hazel eyes walks up to us talking about smoking weed. And after we debunk that, he tells us he from the tribe of Ephraim. And then we debunked that. And he admitted to us, I wish we still had that video, that them niggas not really Ephraimites. They was told that by the Jewish man. On video. That's what made me go look it up. And I found that there were still Jewish people right now today making synagogues, teaching them how to dress and everything. That's where they wear yarmulkes, they wear the blue and white shawl, and they wear tzitzits. You ain't never seen no West African Israelite with the type of fringes like this. Because they whole tradition they learned from Jewish people in the 1500s. The same Jewish people that was thinking about the Balfour Declaration. And then when it got made, they came back and did it in the 1800s and retaught them, you're from the tribe of Ephraim, and that's in Gad. And the only reason they used them names is because there was places in Africa that they named after those tribes. Ain't no account that those tribes named anything after themselves, but people named it after those tribes. The white man, it's a place named called Zebulon, Georgia. Does that mean the tribe of Zebulon was there, nigga? Or do that mean that the white man that was a Christian just named it Zebulon? Because he know that's a tribe. Right? There's a Sparta, Georgia, where a bunch of Israelites live. Right? Does that mean that the Spartans was in Georgia? Right by Athens? Damn, does that mean the Athenians was in Athens, Georgia? Where the Georgia Bulldogs be at? Y'all niggas is stupid. That's what it is. It ain't that we don't like Africa. I hate Africans, but I love Africa because my people is there. But I hate Africans. I do, because they sold my people to the Edomites. I don't like Africans. You're right. But I ain't say I hate the Israelites in Africa. I got brothers over there right now that I talk to on a weekly basis in Africa right now. Some of them are Akan, some of them are Shanti, all of that, right? So that was the point I wanted to make, though, right? We got to debunk everything he was saying. I appreciate y'all for staying on this long. You know what I'm saying? But as you see, I just wanted to get it out there that ain't no argument that they're going to ever be able to come with that has any facts behind it. They never put any facts. They just talk. They just regurgitate BS all day. He ain't give you not one scripture the whole time, except for Amos 9, to say that the people look like Cushites. And that wasn't even, we know just by reading the kids that Solomon had and the women that Solomon had, that everybody looked like no damn Cushite.
Right.
Because we just showed you what it looked like when you get with an Edomite. Blake Griffin, Patrick Mahone, Drake, and then when their kids get with Edomites. We showed you what that looked like. Ain't none of them looked Cushite at all. Right? If it's based off you got to look Cushite, that means Drake not an Israelite. His daddy don't look like a Cushite, got that big-ass mustache. He not an Israelite either. Right? Even though he's black. because that's the logic of these people. And you even saw it. He didn't give no scripture. Israelites by the tribe of their father. No, he said all Israel is black. So let it be known from now on, whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not, you cannot taint an Israelite seed. It don't matter who you sleep with. If the man is a man from the tribe of an Israelite, his seed will always be from the seed in the tribe of an Israelite. You can't change that, whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. That's it. And let it be known, every Hispanic and Native American that's light-skinned does not have an Edomite in their bloodline. If they do have an Edomite in their bloodline, it does not in any way mean that that Edomite had to be a man, because I showed you such thing as a female conquistador. Let it be known that us that follow the 12 tribes chart, we don't hate African Israelites, because we now have a 12 tribe chart with both the African Israelites and the Hispanic and Native American Israelites on the same damn chart. HODC.com. Let it be known that them color-struck Israelites, though, the Solomon and all them people, right? This dude right here, this racist niggerlite, right? Negro only light. In fact, niggerlite is actually correct because he's a black only Israelite. Nigger means black. He's a niggerlite that hate the light skinned Israelites. So let it be known that these people do hate their people. They've made up a doctrine that ain't even spelled out in the Bible, that all Israelites got to be black. They've made up a doctrine that's against Numbers 1:18 that says both parents matter in the pedigree of a child.
It's against the whole Bible because they don't use nothing to back their point.
Yeah, because if that's the case, that means we can't call the Jewish people fake. Because the ones that got Jewish black mamas, that's in their lineage, that only had Edomite daddies, according to this nigga, they could still be Israelites because their mama was black. Right? Since he's been saying according to our logic or not according to his logic, he sounds stupider after I said that.
So they just been wanting Bob Marley to get in the whole time. Just
yeah, Bob Marley's brew, right? All the Marleys, we could let him in now, because they look black.
You just want to Bob in that thing.
Yeah. Hey, that's facts. We could let every Marley in, because ain't none of them look like Edomites. Not one. None of them look like Edomites, except for the granddaddy. Mariah Carey's not an Israelite, but Bob Marley is. Yep. Tia Taj, the brother sister, yeah, Maury, whatever their name is, the brother, all of them, right? They all is Jake because they look black. It don't matter what their daddy is. I didn't even know their daddy was white till I came into the truth. And my mama said, you know, they're Edomites. I was like, huh? I didn't know that. Damn. That's why they say sister instead of sister. Like the mom, right? Yeah. Sister. That's my sister. Mom, that's my sister. Like big mouth ass mom. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff I used to look at. It's a spirit. So that's it, man. I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed it again. I know we just said that 3 times, but this time we really finished, right? Yeah, Obama Israel now, all right? This is crazy. Because he's black. Don't matter what his mama was. Don't matter his daddy's not an Israelite. He's complete Hamite. He's Egyptian, so they would probably accept him anyway, right? Yeah, Matumbo. Yep, Matumbo Israel too, huh? Yep.
No, not today.
No, you're not calling me Hamite today. I'm Israel. I'm black. Me black. Judging by their logic. Hey, it wasn't no match for him per se, right? This wasn't me going against that guy. This was me going against their whole doctrine, right? So I just let them keep talking so we could keep speaking on the stuff that they say. So when they go make this video and they got their 5 women talking about me and stuff, right? Even though they're not supposed to be doing that. When they had a 5 women spewing pure BS that's not historically accurate, not even a percent, right? When they're doing that, I want it to be known every single argument that they're going to try to come with all got answered at the end of the video. Because they had a dummy that just kept saying stuff, right? And when they come back with all Israel's black, and they don't show you no scripture that says all Israel got to be black, they don't show you no scripture that says anybody that mixed with an Israelite, that mixed with a heathen, wasn't an Israelite no more, unless there was a woman that mixed with a man that was a heathen, right? We know the Egyptian kid that got beat up or stoned to death, he was an Egyptian. but we know it was Israelite brothers that was with Egyptian women, but they wasn't called Egyptians. Why is that? The Egyptian was black. The Israelite mama was black. Why they wasn't both black? Why he didn't get drafted into the 3rd, 4th generation? See, they doctrinally works with them. So, and a mamzer is not a mixed child. Why? Because you can't be a mixed child. Why? Because Deuteronomy and science says that your seed, your pedigree, your nationality, ethnicity is based off of your father's seed. Right. Not the seed of both parents, because both parents don't got seed unless you a transsexual. You feel me?
And then you got a whole other set of problems.
And if you one of them, right, you got a whole nother set of problems. So, yeah. But aside from that, the only way that you are a person with a nationality is because you had a daddy who wasn't an alien. That's it. You had a daddy that wasn't a dog, a fish, a dolphin, a gorilla, something. He was a human being from a person from the Bible. That's it. That's the only way you can continue to have people on earth. If we have men with seeds to put in women, and then the women have the seed after it grows into a man or woman, right? That's it. So if it's all about the seed, you can't change it. Don't matter what you mix it with. Biology and science proves this, right? If I put an orange tree in Florida, it's still an orange tree. If I put that same orange tree in California, it don't become a weed smoking orange tree. It's still an orange tree, nigga. Like, it didn't just inhale a bunch of smoke because it's in California. It still tastes like an orange, bro. Right? Like, come on, dude. If I plant that same orange seed in Africa or in Bombay, India, it's still going to taste like an orange. And it's going to look like one. In fact, it might not look like one. The color might change because of the enzymes in the soil. That's why you got black bananas and green bananas and yellow bananas, depending on where you're from. You got red apples, green apples, and brown yellow apples, right? They all were eventually the same seed. Then that seed was put in a different type of soil. It grafted into a different color. Still an apple. Still tastes like an apple. Might have a different little taste a little bit, but still an apple overall, right? And then they take that seed with that little different color, and then they clone it, basically, right? Which is what happens when you get, say I'm a Northern Kingdom brother that sleep with a white woman, but I start off looking like me. Then the kid looked like Drake, right? So now I got a Drake. Now if Drake get with a woman that look like Drake, that baby not gonna look like me. Most likely it's gonna look like Drake and that woman. It's gonna be their complexion. That's science. That's biology.
You
Right?
saw it with Mahomes people.
Same thing with Mahomes people. Mahomes is a light skinned nigga who got with a white girl and the baby's red. Still an Israelite though. Might not know. She gonna grow up listening to country music and stuff, right? Wearing cowboy hats and tight Wrangler jeans and cowboy boots and stuff. Cause that's how his wife dressed, right? But the girl's still gonna be an Israelite. So that's what needs to be what's understood here. You can't judge off of the color. It has to be a spiritual thing. Because there's some people that look black like they want everybody to be, but got Edomite daddies. I personally believe Stephen A. Smith is an Edomite. You see? That's my belief. Y'all don't got to believe that, but that's what I feel. Niggas like him, to me, they got white granddaddies somewhere in their family. He got one. I'm like almost 144% sure. Almost. Maybe like 139. Right?
Maybe Jesse Lee Peterson too.
That's See? That's how I feel. Niggas like that, because their spirit is like, I hate niggas. Right? What's that man's name? Can't remember his name. But yeah, it's a lot of coons, right? That just got that spirit. So I would say, even though they black, their spirit tells me you might not be my people, right? So it's like folks need to be really acknowledging that stuff. Because I've been wanting to say this for a long time. That's why I just keep talking. You know what I'm saying? This stuff I had on my chest for a while. Every time I see niggas, oh, girl, a Hebrew, Mamzer, and outside, I didn't want to slap y'all niggas. And I'm not even in their camp. So I'm like, bro, you know how stupid you niggas sound? I don't even hang out with them like that. But I didn't want to slap the black off you niggas, though, when I hear that. Because I'm like, yo, do y'all know what y'all doing right now? That means the niggas that think like y'all, every time they see a brother look like them, they gonna think it's not an Israelite. When you see Gorilla Hebrew Daddy, you can't deny him after that. You can't. Hassad Pops, can't deny him after that. You can't. You can't. So it's something they're trying to do off the off the face value. I don't like that. Because like I said, I got family in my family that's like that. You know what I'm saying? I got an uncle who got kids with a white woman. I said it earlier. She's Russian. I never met her, never seen her in my life. None of that, right? Don't know her name, anything. But he had kids with her when he was in the army. You know what I'm saying? Niggas do that. They travel around the world and have kids with everyone. Like, hey, niggas in Vietnam had a bunch of there was a bunch of Tiger Woods born in that time. Wasn't Tiger Woods daddy in the military?
Probably. I know Dennis Rodman daddy.
Dennis don't look like that though. He look like a nigga still. But Tiger Woods, you see the look.
No, what I'm saying, I know his father got a lot of kids and
yeah, over there. But yeah, man. Like, it's people in my family that would look white because of who their mama is. But you hear them talk, I bet Solomon sound like a white boy compared to them. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, yeah, nigga, like, I'm sick and tired of you, bro. Looking like, bro, like, these white dudes at my job, they be saying that, and they look white. If you wasn't in the family, you'd be like, what the hell are they talking about? These white dudes, ain't you white? Because his spirit ain't white. He just look like it.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? But, like I don't know, because they never seen it. You know, that's it. But, hey, that's it, man. Hope y'all get it. Hope they got it. All the rebuttals is done. Get this book. Get A Star in the West and all them other books that tell you who the Northern Kingdom is, man. And once you read the history, stop trying to deny it. All right?
They're not going to read the history.
Man.
They're not going to do it.
You think he's so funny, right? Man.
Yeah. So
I'm black. His own elders. I got Facebook posts with them telling me I'm an Israelite nigga. Because I'm black. So if your elders said I'm an Israelite, I ain't gonna let you tell me I'm not. You sound even stupider now. But we are the sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our prayer, heart's desire that all Israel might be saved. Shalom.
So